Olympic Games? I'm like, no, it was a different thing.
And
but
national.
It was a national championship.
National.
And what was so fun about that was in the early days of social media. So 2010, like social media, like
MySpace.
Twitter was so much smaller back then. You can go find tweets from Nintendo promoting this event from Nintendo's official account. And they have 3 retweets and 7 likes.
No, that's funny.
And like this is Nintendo like announcing our biggest competition since the Nintendo World Championship 1990. Click here to go to this website to learn how to sign up and play. And like, can you imagine Nintendo dropping anything and getting 3 retweets now? Let alone the first competition, the first big competition in 20 years. But so what I'm so excited about related to that competition is, like I said, Nintendo posted a link on their tweets and all their other social media and their mailing list to the website WeGameSummer2010.com. That website took you to the signups and like where you could find locations to play. As the competition went on, it had leaderboards, and as it went on even further, it had the champions pictures from all the different categories and whatnot. And after the competition ended in September 2010, for 2 months, that website was still up. Then after that, it just rerouted to Nintendo's website. It just took you straight there. Then, ever since then, it has been bouncing hands, and most of the time it has been a Filipino Bitcoin casino. And I have been trying to restore it to what it was for years, but I have never been able to get my hands on it. But last night, it finally became available, and so I now own the domain, which is kind of cool. I own a website Nintendo used to own.
Nice.
And I have all of the information archived from what Nintendo originally had. So I'm going to restore it for gaming history's sake.
Cool.
So for 14 years, I've been trying to do that. And then my second big announcement that happened to me today, can't go too in depth on this one because of NDAs and whatnot. But I just became a part of the biggest movie that I have ever worked on, and I'll be filming for a few weeks in October and November. And there's going to be some relatively big people in here, and I'm a relatively important part of the crew.
Nice.
So
Congrats.
that's all I can say, but I am so stoked about that.
Yeah, where's my clapping thing here?
Oh no, he's gonna put something completely different.
We'll do the really fast.
We can do the real one.
Like I said, no sleep. 2 hours.
This is a project that you just got on that we'll start filming in November?
Yep.
Got it.
That's pretty cool.
He's filming the Zelda movie, guys.
Yeah.
By the way,
you can't say anything.
Maybe is a no because you can't even say maybe.
The website you acquired, don't worry. When Nintendo comes up with like a Wii revision and they want to buy it, they'll be like, here's $140,000, Zach.
Or they're gonna take it down.
Yeah, and they'll say like, yeah, Nintendo likes to taking down stuff. All right,
hopefully they'll just offer you the money.
Yeah, I prefer the money. I think it was going to be the best option for sure.
Well, because if you go to the old tweets and click their link, like technically Nintendo is sending you to Filipino Bitcoin casinos. I mean, like, why would you go to a tweet from 14 years ago? But if you did go to Nintendo's official account, scroll 14 years ago and click the link in their tweet.
Yeah, scroll 14 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so now you'll actually go to competition stuff.
That is fantastic news. I'm going to go ahead and move over to Paul. Paul, how are you doing today, Paul?
Mostly good.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly good.
What? Who did it, Paul? Do I have to come make a visit out to Cali? Okay, we're gonna have a discussion.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm mostly good.
I just want to know who did it. I just want to talk.
Just saying, ever since Joycey held that bat up last time, we haven't heard from her neighbor. So.
Oh,
wow. Okay. Yeah, that could explain a lot, Joycey.
Good.
Yeah.
NDA.
I recently showed off the Zelda pool, which is done. So that's from the previous week. Probably today I'm going to do like a which is better?
Uh-huh.
Vote Zelda pool or Mario pool, like a picture face
We
off.
got
or
our
something
vote for
like
Zelda.
that.
Ooh.
I like both. Don't you have two pools?
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna make a Twitter X poll face off. A pool poll. A poll pool.
Pool.
Paul's pool poll. Oh my god.
Okay. We'll make sure
Paul's
one.
pool Paul.
I
Paul's
quit.
Make
I'm
sure
out.
make sure there's an
Tongue
option
twister.
for both. Just make sure there's an option for both. I'm not choosing between the two. I think they're both fabulous.
It's gonna be really tough. If I don't put both, which is the easy answer, maybe I'll put both. Maybe I'll put tied. Tied or neither. Oh, neither would hurt my feelings. Which pool's
No.
better? Mario, Zelda, tied, or neither? And like neither wins somehow? Like, dang, really?
I think the deciding factor is going to be if you prefer the flood from Mario Sunshine or if you prefer stasis from Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. So
I like the pool Paul part. Pool Paul. Paul.
Pool
Paul.
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 Pool.
You could throw a party to celebrate the poll. So you could have Paul's pool party.
Paul's pool party.
And if it was a pool party, you could have Paul's pool party.
Confusion.
The game.
Lots of party.
The game. The movie. You know, like when it's the movie of the game or the game of the movie of the game.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was there's been a few of those. Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the game, based off of the movie, off of the novel, off of the interpretation of the. I like those.
Okay, so breaking
Door,
news,
Paul.
my friend. I got breaking news from one of our special co-hosts on the channel. I'm not sure why this has not been brought up yet, but it's a fantastic reason to bring this moment up and to also kind of back this person up and also kind of to celebrate this person. I saw this tweet from
Oh.
Lily Hyrule. After almost 3 years of waiting, I finally received my degree.
Oh,
Hello.
Yay.
Excuse me. Hey, let me find that thing. Let me see if I It's not it.
You know, on Disney Channel, when somebody walks in the room and everybody's like, "Woo!" That's the soundbite you deserve right now.
That.
There it is.
Yeah, someone actually added a comment saying waiting. Like that person actually thought that I've been just sitting and waiting to get a degree instead of going to school. I'm like, no, it literally means that my home country, unfortunately, was a little bit behind in a lot of those, process, and it took almost 3 years for me to get it.
Oh,
So
man.
I finally got it.
Well, that's awesome. That's reason to celebrate. Congrats
Yay, thank
on
you.
getting your degree. Fantastic. You see, look at, you see, I did it.
Yes, you found it. Thank you so much. I appreciate
I'm
that.
never gonna change it. I'm gonna leave it right there.
in
what
a
is your
loop.
degree in?
Software development engineering.
Ooh, that is
Yeah.
awesome. Software
Yeah.
developer engineering. You'll be part of the meeting next year.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Sounds good.
We'll do our own Zelda game, Lily.
Yes,
We'll do it
yes,
right. I write the
please.
story.
Yes.
You
really
program.
have to, of course.
It's like this is
Yeah.
the right way to do it.
All right, so let's rewind a little bit to where basically Paul just explained everything about Nintendo Switch 2 and all the developers that he spoke to behind the scenes about the potential of now entering into this new system because they missed out. They missed the bus on the first one, and so they don't want to make the same mistake again. Now, I'm following it with the questions because we got a couple of questions about that same thing here too. We are all excited about Switch 2, right?
Yes.
And the possibilities of seeing third-party games there, right? Third-party developers bringing their games to Nintendo Switch. Now, what games could we see? Oh, there's two questions, and I want to go ahead and so we can move off this topic and go to Zelda because I know you guys are out on the edge of your seats because we got some Zelda to talk about. I want to ask everybody in the chat two questions. Not in the chat, in the chat too. Go ahead in the chat too, but in the cast, two questions. I want you guys to give me two games you want to see come to Switch. All right, and then two games you think you might see on Nintendo Switch with the possibility of third-party games coming to Nintendo Switch. What games do you think might make it to Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna go ahead and start, but don't worry, I'm not gonna take any of yours. I'm gonna just with Sony kind of being a little more open with Nintendo, and now them working on the Legend of Zelda live action movie. I'm like, there's a possibility that Sony, when the Switch 2 comes out, to revitalize one of their first party franchises, they might put those older games on Nintendo Switch, right? I'm talking about Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man 1. They don't have to put the latest Spider-Man 2, but maybe the older version, Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, right? And then make maybe later on, a couple of years later on, they could have it time exclusive, and then a couple of years pass it on to Nintendo Switch to go ahead and make more money, on that game. So I don't know. I'm gonna put that as a maybe there. My next game is Elden Ring. That's like a, those are my two picks about that thing gonna make it there. What do you think, Lily?
I am going to ask for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Nice.
That's a game. I mean, I know that Monster Hunter has been on Nintendo Switch game. I mean, not the Nintendo Switch, but Nintendo overall, like Nintendo games. But the Monster Hunter Wilds is definitely one that I've been really looking forward to, and it's available only for PlayStation 5. Well, it's going to be available for PlayStation 5 and Steam, but not for Nintendo Switch. So I would love to be able to play Monster Hunter Wilds on my Switch.
Yeah.
I think the reason they haven't announced it because they don't Nintendo's like, we can't, let you put our new name of our new system out there yet because we
that's why I have for high hopes for it to be releasing on the Nintendo Switch too. So fingers crossed. That'll be my first pick.
Yeah.
And the other one, I'm sticking with Capcom. I know that we have some of the Resident Evil games, but if we get a new Resident Evil, there's a possibility that they're remaking another one. I would love to see that on, but not cloud, but an actual game, a Nintendo Switch game for
you mean like a brand new game or Resident Evil 4, the one they remade recently?
It could be the 4 if it's not too late.
Okay.
I mean, if Nintendo feels like they can put it as a third party for partners, good. I would love to play Resident Evil 4 there on the Switch. But if it's more suitable for a new release, then I'll stick with the new release if there's gonna be one.
That's awesome. Really, really good picks. Paul? We can't hear you.
You're muted, hon.
Oh, I actually just said who the I already answered.
Oh, you missed my answer?
I accidentally spoiled what I was not supposed to say.
In mute?
Rewind this if you know how to read lips.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I didn't accidentally. I wouldn't. But what I did say was I knew I was going to get asked this, and I almost might have to pass on answering because there's not like a lot known necessarily, but there are certain things that I like, certain things that I like more than others, and then there are certain things that naturally I think would be a good fit. If you look on my X feed, I have been responding to every single person. Every single person, I'm like, yep, that's a good idea. Yep, that's a good idea. I like that one. Oh, that would work. That would work because I don't want to give any kind of, oh, he really liked this one or he only hearted that one. I've been hearting and liking everything. So I guess to contribute to the conversation in some capacity right now, I would just say there's a lot of companies with some games that I like and that would be cool, and some maybe more than others. Sorry, I'll have to pass on this one.
That's like a fair answer, though.
Quality answer.
Yeah.
No worries.
That's still a fair answer.
Let's go to Joycey J.
Okay, so I got 2 and I got a wild card. Visions of Mana.
Nice.
Okay.
From what I think the others are on Switch or they're on NSO. Which one is it? Does anybody know?
Visions of Mana?
Yeah.
Visions of Mana is a new one, right? That's the new game that's coming out.
Well, there's a new one that's coming, but I think there's the ones that are already out there. I think
the first one's on NES.
On
so it's probably
Switch
on NSO.
Yeah,
okay.
It is.
So I would imagine the new one's coming.
Was that Secrets of Mana, right? I think the first one. Anyways.
I think so.
The Mana games. That's what I know because I've heard so many good things about it, and I'm like, okay, gotta try to keep track of this. Other wild card. Other guests. The Yakuza games. I think the Yakuza games have a chance. From what I have seen of the Yakuza games, this is just what I've seen, and I watch a lot of Let's Plays because I think they're fun to watch. I don't think it'll be that demanding on what the next Switch the Switch's successor, whatever, could be. I don't think it'll be that bad. Because usually Nintendo is a little bit behind in power, no matter to what's on the market. So doesn't mean they can't make things fabulous, as we already know. But I think Yakuza would be good. Now my wild card one is Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh,
because Grand Theft Auto 6 period is going to move. Basically, it's your console of choice. So if people already are buying Nintendo because they like Zelda, they like Mario, they like Pokemon, they like all those, and then just third party on top of it, really good third party, they're going to buy that. And then it's like, wait, I can take Grand Theft Auto, I can take GTA 6 on the go with me too. But
wait a minute.
But that's the kind of game that it's just choose your system. It's, because people are going to buy that. I'm not a GTA person for several reasons, but millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people are. So it'll just give. I think it would just be a system mover. Period. Yeah, no matter what system you play on.
I legitimately think that because there's no way Nintendo's given us an overpowered system, and so when wondering how heavy duty the Switch 2 is going to be, the answer I've continually found myself coming back to is whatever the minimum needs to be to run GTA 6 is going to be at least how powerful the Switch 2 is for that exact reason. So 100% agree.
Yeah. Not only that, but well, I'll say it at the end. I'll say it at the end because I have a little clip here that I want to play. Regarding Switch. Yeah, before go ahead, you can finish, Joshi. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't want to put any negative vibes out there because we're always happy to get new stuff from Nintendo, but they're just a little bit behind the curve. I want them to at least be as powerful as a PlayStation 4. And I know there's rumors and everything else, but we don't officially know. So I'm still just speculating. But if we can at least get to PS4 level, the little things that people complain about, they're not gonna be complaining about. Is what GTA 6 I think could still run on a PS4 level type power.
Yeah, power wise, I see it being as powerful as the Xbox Series S, which is a system at a lower price range that could still run every current gen game, and I think Nintendo's for that type of power. I don't think it's gonna be very underpowered. I don't think Nintendo's gonna say just a little more power. No, because first thing, it's gonna be able to run every current gen game. There's a lot of developers who are excited about it already. There's like Paul was saying, and like the My Nintendo News added to what Paul was saying a little bit. I think they know other things as well about how developers missed out. They missed out when it comes to bringing the games to Switch. They're excited about bringing games that are already out on other platforms, our current platforms, PS5, Xbox, onto the next gen system. So not just brand new IPs, but current ones that are already out there. They're going to port them over to the next gen system to breathe new life into them, get a new audience. And so, with that, let's go over to Mr. Zach. Well, let me go ahead and do the super chat real quick, and then we'll go over to Zach with his choices. All right, Flavor, thank you so much for that super chat. And we got, I would love to see Dragon Warrior. And I think about Dragon Warrior like Kung Fu Panda. And and Super Ghouls and Ghost. I think Nintendo owns them both. Yeah, that'll be awesome if they can go ahead and revive those two. I remember Dragon Warrior on Nintendo NES when I was a kid. So hopefully, and Ghouls and Ghosts too. That'll be awesome.
I just want Street Sharks.
Street Sharks?
About those old games like Dragon Warrior. Bring back Street Sharks with Vin Diesel in the commercial. All right, what is the exact question? Because I was refilling my water.
Basically,
I think I got the gist. But
two picks. One game you want to see on come over, and then one game for sure that can make it to Nintendo Switch. They're currently out there right now.
Okay. I think chat at this point knows me well enough to know what game I want to see
Donkey
make it to
Kong.
the Switch too. That is true. But Donkey Kong adjacent. Diddy Kong Racing! Bring
Diddy
it
Kong Racing!
back!
Yeah.
I'll get into my
Please.
conspiracy theories later about how Labo recycled Diddy Kong Racing potential reboot. But then one that I think for sure would be coming. Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yes. Man.
Please
Kingdom
don't
Hearts
make
4.
it Cloud.
No, it's not gonna be-
Yeah, I think
Nintendo,
actual cartridge Kingdom
Yes.
Hearts 4.
Because they did, and I have not tried it, but I'm like,
Oh,
I
it's
want my
horrendous.
game.
It's
I've heard it's
horrendous.
garbage.
It's unplayable.
Really? Oh.
Almost.
But
I
remember,
have not bought it.
remember, that's not up to Nintendo. That's up to Square Enix to build or whatever, port their games to Switch. So Cloud is on them.
I have a really decent idea, I think, for Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts has a more intricate. No, okay, I'll just say it. Has a more
Mania from Kingdom Hearts.
He's so silly. No, it has a even more jacked up timeline than Zelda.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
yes, it
I
does.
think if they were going to bring it natively to Switch 2 or the Switch 64 Cube Classic, whatever the heck they're calling it, I think it would actually benefit them to put a really big price on it and sell them all in a pack, in a big package, and make it a big deal like the collector's pack or whatever. Still do them individually, but present it at first as like one big thing. So all the games, because there's a couple games I think on 2DS, DS or 3DS, one of them.
So they released the story so far.
Yes, and they also, since the story so far, came out with a couple more things, and now they have the all-in-one package for $40 right now. So I agree, but no big price tag.
But
no
if
big
it
price
comes
tag,
native,
Nintendo.
but if it comes natively, meaning that you can actually like
Or like
download
a
the game,
collector's edition.
or collector's edition,
Yeah.
just because it's Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo, it would be a big deal.
Yeah, I think
I think they could get away with it.
I think Kingdom Hearts will actually come native, all 3 games plus the 4th on Switch 2. I think they will probably do that for Switch 2, not for Switch 1. And they say, oh, yeah, Switch 2 is it's powerful to run them. Although Switch 1, I believe, is powerful to run them because we're talking about a PS1 game, you know? So
Speaking of that, D23 started today, right?
Yes.
So we're probably going to be getting a ton of Kingdom Hearts news over these next 2 days.
you think?
And that is my all-time favorite game series. I have a
It
little
is.
hardcover book that I made as a child in school that we had to make a book, and it's like 8 pages, but it's Kingdom Hearts. And
I like Joycey.
I was so mad because we had to put 5 sentences in each page, and I had 4 sentences, and I wasn't like a writer as a kid.
Yeah.
And so they're like, you need another sentence. And I'm like in 3rd grade. So I'm literally just like telling the story of Kingdom Hearts. And then it's about when a giant heartless disappears on Destiny Island. And so I put me and Frank is my best friend and a fellow co-national champion. I said, me and Frank wondered where he went in the game. And then just went back to like talking about Kingdom Hearts. And when this girl, Jill, came and read her book, she had so many pages with 1 sentence on them total. And I was like, y'all made me put me and Frank wondered where he went in the game, breaking up the flow of my story to get 5 sentences when Jill can put 1 repeatedly. Betrayal, man. Betrayal. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
It ain't right.
Special
All right.
place in my heart.
So
I lied, Joycey. I actually love Kingdom Hearts. I'm taking my mask off. I'm just
Take the
kidding.
mask off. I don't mind. I will carry Zelda all on my own back. I love that game.
we can love more than one.
It is the perfect game. Without Zelda, where's everybody else going to get all their ideas from?
Yeah.
I said it.
Kingdom,
Drop the mic.
I love Kingdom Hearts. It was I played more Kingdom Hearts than I played Zelda in the past because I had a PS1, I had a PS2, and so I played all the 1, 2, 3, and they're awesome. But with the closing of this topic, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know that the reveal for the Nintendo Switch 2 is happening in October.
How do you know that?
Why? Why?
Why?
Why? Because this guy that I have highlighted on the screen dropped some kind of a line here during the Xbox showcase. I know what he was talking about, right? Let's say Nintendo has a new contract with Microsoft for 10 years to bring Xbox to not Xbox, bring Call of Duty, which by the way nobody mentioned. Call of Duty is obviously coming to Nintendo Switch too. To bring Call of Duty to Nintendo's next gen system. Now watch what this man says. I know not all people are happy with him, but watch what he says here. Let me see if I can kind of.
Uncle Phil tries.
He's coming to Toronto, by the way.
Oh, we can't hear Mike.
You can't hear it?
No, but you do have subtitles on the screen.
All right, so let's go.
Yeah.
I can dub him. Who are working on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You'll get a 25-minute deep dive into the story and a sneak peek at multiplayer and zombies. It's been 10 years since Call of Duty has been in our show. It's been even longer since all Call of Duty players got the same game at the same time.
All right, so you see that? All players got the same game at the same time.
Going forward, everyone will experience the game, including the Black Ops 6 beta, the season expansions, and the updates at launch.
At launch, right?
Yes.
Go ahead, continue, Paul. Go ahead, continue, Zach. What's the last one?
There are currently over 100 million people
Okay.
who play Call of Duty every month. We hope to grow that community by making Black Ops 6 the first Call of Duty game that will be available in Game Pass day one. Yes, get to play on here. So no matter what you choose to play or where you choose to play,
Right.
everyone is welcome to experience Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th.
Okay. So with that said, we have a contract stating that Black Ops Duty.
What?
Black Ops Duty. Black Ops Duty Call Ops. Anyway,
I'll be right back. I think something's on fire. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Call of Duty, Black Ops, right? Call of Duty Black Ops, where he says, I mean, the people, blah, 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 right? On October 26th, okay? So it's going to be available everywhere on October 26th. Nintendo said they will reveal the system within this fiscal year, entering Call of Duty, also present in the trailer, so that it kind of goes together. Although the game will be out already on October 26th for people who have Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, the game will appear in the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer before October 25. So within the same month of the same month that the game releases, there's a big possibility that Nintendo drops that trailer. And one of the reason why we say this game has to be in that trailer, because that's how Nintendo says, hey, we are now getting third-party games into the system. The 10-year deal is known. It's a public information. And with Call of Duty Black Ops 6 in the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer, that's where that handshake becomes public, between Nintendo and the deal becomes public between Nintendo and Microsoft. So October 26th is a release date, or 25, 26, 25?
26
is a release date for Black Ops. Call of Duty.
Get it right, Mike.
Yeah, right. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And so therefore I am saying that we will see the trailer before Call of Duty is officially out. That's what I believe. So thank you, Phil, for spilling the beans, just like you spilled the beans over in the court too. I appreciate your participation in the Topic podcast, and I'll see you in the next one. Never give up. Peace. Chill out. All right, let's move on.
Very cool.
Now let's move on to the next Nintendo, the main topic of the day, the bread and butter of Lily Hyrule, Paul and Joycey and Zach, and my shirt says something too. It's, by the way, it's the same
And your
shirt
cap.
that Crazy Scott's daughter wore this shirt today. This shirt today,
Yes.
and then the hat also. And so we're talking about The Legend of Zelda Echoes. Echoes. Wait. Echo.
Echo.
It's not working. I practiced this.
And now
Better call Paul.
Echoes.
Oh, there you go.
That's not really an echo. That's more like a reverb. Echo.
Yeah, it's a reverb.
Echoes of wisdom. And so with that, let me go ahead and bring up the trailer here because
Yes.
there's a lot of stuff we got to go over, including one little note here that our very own Lily Hyrule brought up regarding the website for Japan.
Yes.
And, that's new information. So let's go ahead and go over that first because that's really cool information. Where is it? I think you have it in the Discord, right? The link.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go ahead and click on that. Is it? Okay, link.
How much you want to bet this is going to be a trilogy, and that after Echoes of Wisdom is going to come Shards of Power, and then finally
Yep.
Triumph of Courage.
Wow, for real. That makes
Okay.
sense.
You're going to get to
Well,
play as
Link's Awakening
Ganondorf.
could be the courage already.
You're going to play as Ganondorf in the sequel, and then Link in his own side DLC made spin. This game. Now I'm just going out there.
Before we play that trailer, just because it's unrelated, so I just got to shout it now because I can't hold it in, and then we can not talk about it at all and go straight back to Zelda. I just got a notification that Kingdom Hearts Fortnite is going to be announced at D23.
Ooh, I want to do it
So-
tomorrow.
No way! I'm gonna go
Oh,
crazy.
And literally, it was shared by Sports Illustrated, which is surprising.
What you
But,
mean,
yeah.
like tonight or another day?
Sports Illustrated just says Kingdom Hearts Fortnite crossover leaked before D23.
Oh, it's a
Oh my God.
crossover.
Finally, we're gonna hear something about Kingdom Hearts.
So Kingdom Heart Fortnite crossover, not Kingdom Hearts 4 game.
Yeah, so we just now know that Kingdom Hearts is going into Fortnite.
Okay, and so is
So-
everything. So is everything. So is the neighbor's gonna be featured. At one
All
point,
coming together.
my neighbor's gonna be on Fortnite like the character.
Well, they got
But
Zora
yeah.
into Smash, so
Yeah.
Didn't need to derail it. Just I couldn't hold that in, and I was like, "We're gonna be talking about Zelda for an hour."
Yeah.
You're
I
like that guy in the
shout it to
meme.
the. I was just talking about Kingdom Hearts, so I had to shout it from the heavens.
Yeah, I mean,
No, that's good news though.
that's a good call out. Yeah, good call out. Good call
Oh,
out.
do you guys know when PAX is? PAX West.
Yeah, PAX West is
That was
Nintendo's going to be at PAX West.
the
Yeah.
30th to the 2nd.
It's gonna, yeah, it's in PAX West. I'm going to PAX West.
When
What?
is it again?
When is it?
August 30th through September 2nd.
Ew,
correct.
okay, that's a little close to Indie Mania there. Let me see what.
It's right around the time as it was last year, because last year
Yeah.
that's when Nintendo paired up to do their Nintendo Live adjacent to
Yeah.
the event.
But they already announced that Nintendo's gonna be there because I've seen Capcom
Yeah.
and all the
Let
other
me find
vendors,
the-
but I don't see Nintendo.
Yeah, if Nintendo's gonna be there,
Let me
I'm
find
gonna
the
be
tweet.
there.
Let me find the tweet.
Yeah, that's what I've
Paul-
been waiting for.
We'll have a special report, Paul and I, from Nintendo.
Because I see Bandai, Capcom, Pokemon, Samsung, Omen, like LG, but I don't see Nintendo.
Hang
Yeah.
on. Let me find it. Because I remember I saved it. At least I think.
Yes. Oh, I see them.
You see
Yeah,
it?
Nintendo of America Inc.
Ew, I wonder
Booth
if they have-
1939. So they're gonna be at PAX West.
It looks
Yeah.
like no Nintendo Live, but being at PAX is promising.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't mean they're going to announce the new successor because I think they want to do that on their own terms.
But
But-
Yeah, no.
But it's good to pay attention to because what about if they're doing if they start announcing? It's good to pay attention to the games that are going to be there because what
Yeah.
if they are coming to the successor?
Yeah.
Especially
So
if
last
they're coming out in
year-
2025.
Last year they just showed off Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and
Uh-huh.
then it was available
Yeah.
to be played at Nintendo Live.
Hmm,
So
Mm,
yeah,
this
so
time
this
around,
one
though,
was ready.
we have
Right?
a Nintendo Direct that is presumably a month away,
Mm.
Yeah.
which is coming after
Brothership.
PAX West. Unless if Nintendo decides to flip it and say, you know what, we're doing a Nintendo Direct mid-August
Mhm.
in advance of PAX West, so we bring a new game there, or just a Twitter drop of a game that's going to come to PAX West, or it could be nothing new at all. They don't have to show up with
Mhm.
anything new, but
Yeah.
mm,
How about Brothership?
it might. Brothership is something that has been announced that would be cool, that hasn't been played yet, that would be a good candidate for
Yeah.
PAX West.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's
Maybe
coming.
like Donkey Kong Country, possibly. Mario Party Jamboree would attract some good crowds.
Uh-huh. And it's coming out in November, right? Brothership. That's the game on basically.
Yeah, November.
Okay.
Yeah, Brothership's November, Jamboree is October, and then we've got Zelda in September, which looks
Man,
cool.
we went from
Excited
having
for Brothership.
close to nothing to the year to this being like a really, really good year.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yep.
I mean, we started off with Endless Ocean and Princess Peach Showtime, so it had stuff earlier.
That was meh.
I like that. I like that we were about to talk about Zelda, and I was like, "Let me say one thing really fast, so I
Thank
don't
you.
so I
Thank
don't
you.
derail it."
Yeah,
And now we're talking about PAX. We're speculating on Nintendo games coming out, and I'm just like slowly shrinking away. Like
Please
this-
don't,
Rail is my
because
middle name.
All right.
no, this is what's really funny, guys. I say this in our Discord, like almost like what every week. Okay, guys, not going to talk about Zelda. Not going to talk about Zelda. Nintendo's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
That's
All
true.
right.
We did kind of flip it on its head. We're about to talk about Zelda, and it's like, oh wait, other stuff. Gotcha.
You see what I did
Because
there?
we talk about it every week, and I'm like, this we can't. We're the Nin Topics podcast, not the Zelda Topics podcast.
All right. So how about we start with Zelda by introducing the brand new characters to the game, which is very cool. Well, I mean, like not new characters, revealed characters. We have here starting with look, I use Google, I use Google Safari Translate to translate the entire website, so it's English now. We have
Nice.
King Hirai. King Hiral. I'm talking Spanish.
Gyro, Hiral, Garo.
Hiral.
I don't know.
Hyrule. The king of Hyrule. Oh wait, King Hyrule. Hyrule King. Oh, my God.
It does say
Yes.
Hyrule.
Yeah, it's
So
think-
yeah,
I
when we
have to
have
get really close.
so names could be wrong. I do want to point that out. We know Impa's Impa, but what is important to note is since these are made up names, it's going to be translating them to like what it thinks is closest. But
Yeah,
could be
it's
not
Hyrule.
words like
No,
Hyrule.
This is Hyrule.
Hyrule.
So don't take our
Yeah.
our
This-
announcement as like the official
Someone in the
character
chat
names.
speaks Japanese.
So listen, the official translation is King Hyrule King, so not
Yeah.
King Hiral. It says it at the
Yeah.
bottom. The King of Hiral, of Hiral, Princess Zelda's father. The next one is Minister Sadari. This was better. Serious and polite minister of the Kingdom of Hyrule. Not too bad. Then General Ugi, right? Ugi,
Mm-hmm.
Ugi.
Boogie, boogie.
I'm gonna try and pull up the actual Japanese and see if I can sound it out.
A
with their
general
characters.
of the Kingdom of Hiral, who is passionate and full of sense of justice. So look at him; he's passionate. He's full of sense of justice.
Yep.
And
He looks like.
and he's also adorable because. Oh my
This
God!
is all because Lily was saying Madora earlier. Now it's Haral
Madora.
instead of.
Listen,
Mahora.
I wish Impa was my grandmother. She's adorable right here. Look at this. Impa. We got Impa, a nanny who is on Princess Zelda's side at any time. Oh, that's adorable, right?
Aw.
Right? And
She's
then we
only a
got
nanny because she's older. She's
Yeah.
actually a ninja.
yeah, I saw her
She
in
is.
Breath of the and Tears of, I mean in Ocarina of Time. She's a really cool, like fierce. and everything.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
even
she
Skyward-
looks so bad.
Yeah,
Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild.
She looks better. To
Age
me,
of Calamity.
to me, she looks better in Ocarina of Time that I've ever seen her in any other game that I played for
And
Zelda.
then when she's playing the Zelda's lullaby, it's just,
yeah.
No, she does not look. She does
Skyward Sword, though, there's something pretty dope about that one.
And I
You'll
was
like her Skyward Sword design better. Trust me. And
But I
she's a
love
Twilight
Ocarina
Princess,
too. That's
technically.
what started off.
I saw the Skyward Sword one better, and I still like the Ocarina of Time better. So
Why though? She looks like a block.
because everybody has different tastes. Because everybody has different tastes.
He's going off the artwork, not the polygon.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, they like that. She looks really cool. She's like really really cool. Anyway, we got Lou Berry, Okay, or Lawberry or Layberry or whatever.
Blueberry.
Yeah.
We have a Smurf.
Impa's older brother, researcher of Rifts. That's pretty
Huh.
cool. You know?
Interesting.
So that's very cool, right? And so we got here some more translation. The Legend of Zelda, the Wisdom.
The wisdom.
The
The wisdom.
The wisdom. We got the wisdom.
The wisdom.
That Wisdom is like
I can like hear it with like the accent too. Like it's just like
It's the wisdom.
Legend of Zelda, the wisdom,
It's
The
the
wisdom.
wisdom.
the wisdom.
It's so much wisdom.
anyway.
This is my friend Impa, my
Backtracker.
friend
Muy
Library.
inteligente.
Legend of Zelda. She has the wisdom.
They call him Library, so we just call him Biblioteca. And this is the wisdom.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Legend of Zelda. You know the voice from SpongeBob.
¿Dónde están los baños?
Legend of
¿Dónde
Zelda.
está la baños?
La baño. I've lived in Texas all these years. I had to speak fluent Spanish, and I told
I'm gonna. I'm sorry, but I want to leave it like.
Oh, but my all-time favorite character is Jalink.
Jalink.
J-Link. J-Link.
All right, so
J-Link.
getting average now.
Wisdom.
We're on Ganon right now. So Ganon, a monster,
Ganon.
a
El
mon-
Ganon.
a monster
No.
with powerful power. Powerful power
Oh, this is
gotta-
the best thing ever.
that captured Princess Zelda. It seems to have something to do with the rift.
It's like I'm just picturing a small child, like me as a small child. Tio, can you tell me about Echoes of Wisdom and about? Oh yeah, we have Ganon. He is a monster with powerful power that captured Princess Zelda.
A monster
It seemed like it has something to do with the rift, but that's what they
Listen.
say. But I don't know.
No, listen,
You know?
listen. A monster with powerful power that captured Princess Zelda. It seems to have something. It seems to have something. Some of us Spanish people we don't know how to say something. We say something. It seems to have something to do with the reef. The reef.
Because you have a pain in your chest and you can't breathe.
And you can't believe.
You have
I
a pain in your chest and you can't breathe. Okay.
Oh my god.
try to breathe, but I can't breathe. All right. So we have a link.
We have
A
a
link.
A link. We got A Link and J Link. Okay, Tio.
A
And
wild
what
link
about
has
Link?
appeared.
All right, a
Oh,
swordsman.
we have Jalink. He is a swordsman in green with a mysterious sword. And then after saving Princess, okay, I'm starting to not feel good about saying that. After saving Princess Zelda, she was swallowed up by a mysterious crack that suddenly appeared.
But Ganon's mysterious crack.
It's so mysterious. Oh gosh.
Is this family friendly?
What happened to Zelda, Tio? Oh yeah, she got swallowed up by a crack. It's
Like
very
Ganon's
mysterious.
Mysterious crack.
I'm gonna start crying.
For the
I'm
record,
feeling guilty
record,
laughing.
I am the minority in my town. So
I'm
I just
always a minority. Look, I got a lot of minorities. I'm
I
Hispanic.
am a minority.
I'm Hispanic. I look Arab. So I got a lot of minorities. I always get randomly selected at the airport. I'm like, sir, can you step aside, sir? You have been randomly selected. Yeah, for the 10th time.
I'm wearing a Zelda t-shirt. Come
literally,
on,
guys. There's 5 of us, right? All right, I'm gonna make shirts for all of us, and it's gonna be like taking the original logo of this game of the Echoes of Wisdom, but it's just gonna say Legends of Zelda: The Wisdom.
Look,
What is that? D-A.
Yeah, The
Da.
Wisdom.
The wisdom.
Try is Ari. So a fairy with a mysterious power that can create the same things as things in the world.
Ow! Stupid hat.
The same thing as things in the. It was a mistake to translate this website.
Somehow this became less reliable than just incoherent Japanese. This went from an official Nintendo website to a rumor.
And then he lends his strength to Princess Zelda's adventure. Oh my god.
Wait.
Oh, wait a minute. Ari's a guy?
Well,
Are we-
I don't
Who knows?
think so. I
Who
think it's more
knows
like
at
the
this point?
translate.
His
But
strength.
seriously,
No,
Wait,
'cause
real quick. It says a fairy with a mysterious power that
We
can...
can't really trust it now because
we can't really tell because in
Yeah.
Japanese, like in
Joycey,
Spanish,
this is
like,
Da Wisdom.
yeah,
that we know.
This is the Legend of Zelda Da
it's a
Wisdom. We
non-gender
can't.
situation.
Does it have a black eye? What is this? I don't get this. What hole is this? And then what
Oh
hole?
my god.
It's just his eye. It's his eye hole.
Which one is the eye?
The big blob that looks like a black eye.
This
It's
thing?
look. He used a little too much mascara. Okay, it's okay. It's fine.
It looks
It's
like
fine.
whoever designed it just kind of like went like, oh my god, and then I'm like,
Or
are
like
you
those
I like
pranks.
that it's connected. Oh, it's like connected to the mouth though.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds
looks
me
like
of the new
those
power that Zelda has that
Yeah,
we saw in this
binds.
reveal trailer.
Yeah, binds.
The-
Okay,
yeah.
so we have two legs or two like little duds here, and then we have this little top thing on top. But where's the other hands?
I don't know.
So this has two legs and a little top.
Yeah, I don't think he has hands. Or she, he or she.
Ishi.
Yeah,
I
no.
think I would just think it would be
We
real
got
quick. Real quick, I just think it would be interesting if it was a guy because all the fairies and Link's companions have been female. So it would be
Okay.
interesting to have a male companion.
Pale from Majora's Mask, but we don't really see him that much. But yeah.
Exactly. We only see him in certain parts in the game. So
Yeah.
and he wasn't Link's companion.
Check
No.
it out. Check it out. You see, look, it actually made Zelda a he also. So this
Maybe-
could be
oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
translation. It's a translation.
the bright princess. It's a bright princess of the
But she has
kingdom
the
of
wisdom.
of
Right,
Hyrule.
Hyrule.
When
Hyrule.
when he was caught by Ganon, the swordsman Link saved him. To save the world of Hyrule from the mysterious crack.
I was gonna say now it says Rift.
Rift. I set out on an adventure with Tony the tiger. Is it Tony the tiger?
Tori.
It's Tori.
Who's Tori?
Tori. Who's Tori, right? Wait, it's Ari here. And there's now a Tori here. What the heck?
Wait a minute.
See, I like
it does say Zelda. It's just that the thing is covering her name.
Yeah, that's why it says the.
It's
Da.
just
Right.
the.
I like how numbers are true and
Da.
cold and calculated.
Yeah.
Like 1 plus 1 is 2 for sure. And
In every
Paul's a
language.
numbers guy. And so Paul's gonna get on fire for numbers. This is all up in the air. This could be who knows it. So Paul's just sitting there. He's like, this one's not for me. This
Yeah.
one's
No,
put it
now that we're
put it
talking-
in English, and I'm gonna tell you the facts.
Now that we're talking about languages as well,
Oh,
I
Paul's
grew up.
muted.
I
Oh
grew
my-
up, playing Zelda, and we did not had Legend of Zelda in Spanish back then. It was everything in English. So for us, it has always been Hyrule. That's the way it has been.
Yeah.
However, the correct pronunciation in Spanish, H, it doesn't have a pronunciation. So in Spanish, it's Irule. Irule. So
That's
just
so
the I.
fun.
Yeah,
That is
and then
fun.
when they started adding voices, that's when officially they started calling it Irule. And then the other thing is that Nintendo has been, working very close with the voice actors, and they mentioned that it should be pronounced the way that the language sounds. So unfortunately, in Spanish, it's Irule, not Hyrule.
I don't know.
Yes,
If that's
Irule.
unfortunate. It makes
That's weird.
sense.
I mean,
Unfortunate
fun.
because I'm kind of used to it. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and it's very weird for me to kind of change, and when I talk and say
Yeah,
something in
yeah.
Spanish, it's not Hyrule anymore. It's Irule. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if you have if you open a Spanish channel, you have to kind of translate everything. That's gonna be the most difficult
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. And it's
Paul
weird
wanted to say
because
something.
Yep.
Oh.
Paul.
On the
Okay,
math
Paul.
side of things, I was actually just secretly this whole time adding up all of the different lines of the kanji and all of the individual lines of every character, and I solved
Yes.
the game there. It was all in the code. Every
When
fourth
Paul-
letter, every fifth line, every horizontal slash, all the dots, periods.
See, when Paul wants to relax, he opens a math book and does math problems.
yeah, he takes
Yep.
social skills.
That's what he does. That's what he does for fun, for relaxation.
Yeah. Sometimes
hop,
like,
hop on the Dow
Oh my God.
Jones and just comb through all of the stocks of the day.
If I was running for president, let's just say I would hire Paul to like actually balance the budget. Take him a week, if that.
Okay.
That wouldn't
Yeah,
even be
you
work
need-
for
you need
Paul. Paul would be like, "Thank you so much."
Treasury.
You don't even have to pay me.
Let's solve this debt in like a year.
Yeah, Paul would. No, seriously, Paul would do it. 'Cause
Better
that's
call
who needs
Paul.
to be running the treasury. That's who needs to be running the treasury. Are people like Paul?
yeah. So I love how
Anyway.
they create this graphic here just to say a character. You know, like this entire character here, a character. Okay, it's nice. And then we have here run on a horse. It is quite difficult to walk along the Hairal where various lands spread. In such a case, riding a horse will make your adventure go smoothly.
Okay, that was yeah.
Rest in
Movie.
peace, Pegasus boots, because that used to be Link's way of getting around. But y'all, the Legend of Zelda My Little Pony looks lit. The
Yeah,
pony is
My Little
adorable.
Pony.
I
Yeah.
like it.
It
I
does
like
look like a My Little Pony, though, right?
it. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yo, y'all know how in Breath of the Wild and Tears we can go get your horse
Mhm.
the mane and everything done. That your horse can basically go get their hair did.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could do the same thing here because I
want
like
a
my
purple
girlfriend, my homegirl is wearing a ponytail and riding a horse. She needs a horse that's like in style. So we need to be able to like braid the horse's hair and dye it like pink and stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm like so fangirling right now.
Yeah, because I've seen different horses with different like little things on it. So maybe you can actually dress up your horse however you want. It's pretty cool. Smoothie shop. You can make an original smoothie with the collected ingredients. Drinking can restore physical strength, gain heat resistance, and swim faster. Depending on the combination of ingredients, the effects of the smoothies vary.
I
Then we
really
got-
liked that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. No, go ahead.
It reminded me of Ring Fit Adventure. And I was kind of already when I'm watching this trailer in my head, I was like, man, it'd be kind of cool to have a Zelda game in this style with turn-based combat.
Mhm.
And then I was like, kind of like Ring Fit, where you can jump over the enemies if you want to skip them, you can avoid them. And then all of a sudden the smoothie thing came up, and I was like, it is Ring Fit.
Aw.
Reminds me, I have to pick up my brand new box of Ring Fit and dust it off and use it. So we got sweeping and solving. Yay! On the way, you'll meet people who have a variety of big and small problems. If you solve them in between trips, they may be good. They may be good things, such as advancing your adventure and getting special items. All right.
So side quests, y'all.
So
Yep.
this is literally their presentation just put into
Yeah.
this is their video
But
put
they
in the
have a
presentation
beautiful
form.
website. We
Yeah,
don't
I
have
love that.
one
It is.
here. Like it's
It's
just
gorgeous.
in Japan.
It's gorgeous. I love this website. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's like everything is like very nice.
And I
Daku
wanna say
Sprouts.
something.
Daku Sprouts.
The
I
world.
want to
of
say
Pita.
something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I read a comment, not here, but somewhere else,
Mhm.
that said, "Why are they showing us so much?" And they're ruining the game and everything. I want to just kind of point out, Nintendo
No.
does this with every Zelda game, at least for the
Yeah.
Switch generation that I've been paying attention.
Yes.
When Breath of the Wild came out, we swore they were showing us too much. When really in the trailers and all the presentations, Link hadn't even left the plateau. Okay, the Great Plateau.
Yeah.
Same with Tears.
Mhm.
So if they're showing us this much, which I do think is a lot, but it's not bad because how much more game is there? Is there even another level? Because remember when Tears came out, we knew we were going to the sky, and we thought that was cool, but we had no idea that the depths were there.
Yeah.
And I know
They were hiding.
people, they were hiding. And the thing is, I know the depths aren't probably what we originally thought they could be or whatever, but it's still another level of the game, and there are things to accomplish in the depths.
Mhm.
So I
That's
wonder
awesome.
I like how creepy they are.
if it's like the right kind of creepy. It's
Yeah, and
not
they have
scary, but it's not exactly the most cozy.
It gives you that dread or anxiety when you're there.
the all the enemies from above, they look even creepier on the bottom. Like dead, like zombies and stuff. I hate it. Anyway, World of Lal. Grassland volcano, sandy land, sandy land. Okay, I guess that's a desert.
That
Sandy
is Gerudo, and we can actually say it that way because that's really in my mind how it's pronounced. We're gonna go through the Gerudo.
Gerudo.
Gerudos. And we don't have to sneak in for the first time ever in Zelda history.
Yeah.
We don't have to sneak
Oh
in.
no, we don't need to
Nope.
do that.
No, it's all about the girls over there, all the single ladies. Until they leave and go get
All the
husbands.
single ladies. All the single ladies.
In Hiral, where various lands spread, people with rich personalities live there. They do. Yeah. So there we have. You know what? I actually really do love this website because I like how it actually just pans through all the different types of land and the cracks.
Mhm.
I just like that volcano is a type of land.
Yeah. And these little statues here, and that little guy, that little munchkin, and that little cute feller, and the houses, and the babies.
Oh, see, you just can you scroll up a little bit where you have both of the Zoras? Scroll up. There's a little picture there.
Right.
There on the not that's the the river Zoras,
Yeah.
and then you
The
have them
Zora.
both over there. Because in the trailer is very funny, and they actually put like a very small
Yeah.
snippet of them and saying, "How dare you!
Yeah, like they're
Like, they're
fighting.
fighting and-
Yeah.
You shouldn't have come here!" And and that's it. Like they don't really get along. Yeah,
It's
you
funny,
can see
it's
them
funny.
both there.
I really do love I'm
Solas, yes.
gonna ask you guys this question. Is this
Mhm.
the first time where we have the introduction of them both in the game and they identify them as different types of Zoras?
Yes.
In the oracles, we had one instance where we see
Oh,
both.
I
And
need
the
to
Oracle
replay the
games.
Oracle
And
games. I
they're
don't
called,
remember.
and they have the name. They had their name Zoras and was it Lake Zoras? Lake
River
Zoras?
Zora and Ocean
River
Zora.
Sora.
River. So
Yeah.
do they have those names in
Yeah. So let me just find it. So Oracle. And
And with that, let me go ahead and share the actual trailer for the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of the Wisdom.
Tappity tap. Echoes of the Wisdom. Is this the Echoes of the Wisdom? No, this is not the Echoes of the Wisdom. Where's the Echoes of the Wisdom?
Okay, Zoras
The-
appear in both Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons.
Uh
But
huh.
I'm trying to see if there's any names.
Yeah, that yeah.
Oracle of Ages. Zoras live in the Zora Seas, a large body of water. Blah 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 blah. The Zora
Mhm.
village is okay. Blah 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 blah. But wait a minute, it doesn't say. Of course, there's King Zora.
Uh huh.
That, but it doesn't say if there's different names. I thought there was a. I have to replay the Oracle games. I don't remember a
Yeah.
doggone thing.
Yeah. So there's a chance that these names are new to identify them. They've been there, the Caesara and the Pond Zoras.
River Zora.
I'm Dory. I'm Dory. Dory. So,
Well,
but seriously,
originally there were
seriously,
Solas, not Zoras, and then they
Yeah,
fixed that.
so they were alone. They were alone.
That's what they were like. I think in the very first game, right? And then they changed over to Zora, like around Link's Awakening. Not
Yeah,
No,
some people do
Link's
use
to the
that to
Past.
differentiate them still. Instead of saying two words, they'll still
They
call
won't?
them Sola sometimes.
Sola. Yeah, that means alone in Spanish. So, what's that?
Sola.
okay. 10,000 noodles. Shout out to you. He is helping me out here. River Zora go back to the OG game.
Yeah.
They were the OG game. So because Zoras used to hate us back in the day.
Yeah, they would throw things at you.
So
Yes.
the term River Zora did exist in the past, right?
In the first game.
Okay, in the first
So
game.
I don't know how that timeline wise, my brain isn't
Yeah,
timeline. But
yeah. And
the
so
River Zora are actual the River Zora were actual enemies. The Sea Zora were friendly.
okay.
Yeah.
So wait, yeah, I
Them
remember
appearing in the same game though. I don't know if that's happening.
Yeah, even in the Legend of Zelda, the very first game, they're in the sea,
They're in the water.
They're in
shooting.
the water, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I didn't know they were Zoras back in the day. I just saw like some creepy little guy just.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've had some of the best glow ups. Like this whole game has had the best glow up since like the OG.
Yeah.
Everybody gets better looking.
And this game gave us Deku Sprouts back. The Kokiri, I can't say it now.
So
Okay.
The Kokiri have not replaced them.
the Kukara.
No, it's the Kokiri.
The
Coquiri.
coquira.
The coquieri.
Que cara.
De nada.
De que quiere. All right, so we got here. I'm playing.
Enchilada. I don't know. I'm just
Is it playing? Yeah.
I'm
Where-
hungry, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Play. It's not playing.
So we have the Gerudos, and then
Look at how cute they are.
yeah.
Oh wait, can you rewind it a little bit?
Where
Back
are
in
you?
here, I wanted to see right there. Pause.
Oh, look at her. She's saying hi to us.
She's so
It's
Oh,
too much. She has like a red face. She has a red face on her. Look, like she's like.
Oh,
I mean,
she's
she's
hot in
sweat-
the desert.
Yeah.
She's sweating.
Oh my god. Look at this. Look at the little drop of sweat. It
Oh
goes
yeah, is she waving or is she fanning herself off?
She's fanning herself.
fanning. Yeah, she's fanning.
She's such a diva. I love it. And I mean that in the good way, the good diva.
Man,
I
I feel
love that.
sorry for her. Link, you bastard. You left her behind. Why couldn't you?
No. There will be no Link slander because Link every game is
I
like,
was with you.
where's my princess? Every
All right,
single
so,
game. Link wakes up. Wait. Link's every game wakes up and says, "Where's my princess?" It's finally time that she gets to wake up and say, "Okay, where's my prince or my knight?"
Where's my
They
My
don't
knight.
call him a prince.
All right, so we have here the village. Okay, we got some guys here, some people here. Just,
The one on the top right looks like Dracula, and I kind of
Right,
like
right.
that.
Yes, he does.
yeah, it's funny. Then we got here a little soldier here.
How
Next-
many types
next
of
riff.
Zora are there? One River Zora. Ha, ha, ha.
What?
Two
Ah.
Sea Zora. Ha, ha, ha.
It's no
Maybe
way.
there's only two, so we just gotta stop
hey,
there.
There's no H sound in Count Dracula's count.
Ah,
Hey, wait a minute, Mike. I
Yeah?
just remembered. Somebody in chat just reminded me. Link didn't leave her.
I know.
His last act was getting her out of the crystal before he
I
got
know.
swallowed up by the
I know.
darkness.
I meant to say like, why did you leave us? In the way that he's like, like he died against his will. Like, why did you leave us? Why?
No, my sadness is why did Paul leave us?
And Netweed says,
sad right
"Hey, Link fell in a crack. Remember?"
Mysterious crack. It was a mysterious crack.
And it was Jalik. It wasn't Link. It was Jalik.
I can't get over Zelda waving like little fanning herself. This is too much adorable. All right, so we have here, and look at the little Gerudo.
By the way, before the river and the Zora have been only appeared simultaneously in a previous title, The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages.
Hmm.
Okay.
Set in the land of Lavrina, Link encounters both river and the sea Zora,
Ah,
but
nice.
the two branches in the aquatic race and do not interact with each other directly.
So does that
So, yeah.
mean that we could get an Oracle of Seasons and Ages remake?
That'll be amazing.
It needs it. It needs it.
Yeah, I mean the characters are already done. They're there.
Lily, can you
Yes.
remind me where in the timeline is Oracle of Seasons and Ages?
It hasn't happened yet. Tomorrow, like in the future. A Hylian is. I'm impressed you were able to swim. That's adorable.
Like the Ritos are always telling the Hylians how they cannot fly.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Speaking of Rito, y'all
Uh-huh.
noticed that they didn't show us a snow area.
Ooh.
Well, that's what that's
There's
the
a-
reason I asked about the timeline. Is this
Oh.
when
So,
when
Oracle
the world
of
floods?
Ages
When is
and-
that?
An Oracle of Seasons and is at the hero when the hero is defeated, the decline of Hyrule
Downfall
and the last hero.
So that's the same timeline as Wind Waker, right?
Yes.
right.
Oh, wait.
No, it's not.
Wait.
It's actually a Link to the Past.
Okay.
The
I gotta
Impressional
remember
World and
what
all
the
of
thing
that.
is.
Because Wind Waker is on the, if I'm not mistaken, is on the adult era
Yeah.
Hold on.
when it's Triumph. Yeah, the Wind Waker is there.
That's right. Okay, never mind. I was gonna. Well, you know what? It doesn't need to be the same as Oracle of Seasons and Ages in this case. So I'm going to say the reason that we're seeing both of them interact with each other and the reason Hyrule is so wet is because this takes place sometime after Wind Waker. And that's why there's no snow area that we've seen. And that's why there's such a heavy Zora presence. And look at that. But yeah, so I'm gonna say this Hyrule exists sometime after the flood has receded.
I don't think so.
That's interesting. Yeah, when it actually, you know what? And then you kind of touched on something else I was thinking, Zach, is I was like, well, maybe we don't have a snow area. There's nothing that says there has to be a snow area.
Yeah.
And also to your point, A Link to the Past doesn't have a snow area either.
Like, look, even in the desert, there was tons of water.
Yep, it was a swamp at one point.
But that'll be interesting because in the Wind Waker, according to what they say on the Wind Waker, is that the Zora went or became the Ritos.
The Rito.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's also another thing that if it was after the flood, well, it has been many, many, many years. It has to be before the Wind Waker because in the Wind Waker, there's the Ritos.
Are the Zora completely gone? It's been a minute.
In
It's
Wind
been a
Waker,
minute
yes.
since- Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not.
They
just
come
like
back in
diverged.
Twilight Princess.
But
then
for me, it doesn't
then the
make sense.
Gerudo are gone.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't make sense. But according to the information in Wind Waker, it's true. But it doesn't make sense for me to see the Sea Zoras and both the Sea Zoras and Ritos in Breath of the Wild. But I don't know. I don't make the timeline.
I'm
But also
just
Breath of the Wild
gonna
is so
say
far-
we
But
have
Breath
an
of the Wild is
unreleased.
awesome.
I'm gonna
Breath
say
of
we
the Wild
have
is
an.
awesome.
You go, Joycey.
Breath of the Wild is so far into the
Yeah.
future after the timeline that is a good chance that I don't know, they were able to split off into two separate races somehow.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm gonna say that the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that we just have an unreliable narrator in Wind Waker, and that there's still some Zora existing somewhere.
Probably.
That's my theory about
That'll be my
Twilight.
excuse for how it works.
That's my theory about Twilight Princess, because Twilight Princess, the Gerudo don't exist there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's part of the reason why Ganon's like stays mad. You know what I mean? So that's one of my things. I mean, the Gerudo don't exist in the game where they usually are, but they're somewhere, because how did they all come back at all? There has to be at least
Yeah.
a couple somewhere.
My theory is that, excuse me. My theory is that I don't care because I'm just looking at this little horse here, just eating a little carrot. Look at him.
Yeah, so the way that you can summon your horse is by echoing a carrot.
Yep.
That's cool.
I do- I do think that's a
whistling.
little bit odd, but not bad in a bad way. I do think it's a little bit odd because Zelda can play music too, so it wouldn't have been
She
weird
can.
if she had a musical instrument.
Stay on
But,
this
I mean-
section really quick. I feel like Nintendo is really reaching in their bag with this game as far as greatest hits. Like, tell me this doesn't look like you're on a beach in Animal Crossing.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally it
You know,
does.
and like literally, like in Animal Crossing, if you were to have a horse you could ride, like that's how you would summon it, putting
This
down a
also look-
carrot for it to eat.
Yeah. This also looks like where you actually start the game in Link's Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
When Link is like when washed up offshore here,
Yep.
woken up
Pretty
by that little lady Midori or
And the smoothies,
Yeah.
because they're being handled by the business scrub, it's pretty much elixirs. That's what they are. Instead of elixirs, they're gonna be smoothies.
look at the fire though.
Yeah.
It looks like firefighter.
Very nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Guys, she has a ponytail.
She
Yeah.
I am like so fangirling like right now. It's just us. This is a safe place, right? Family
Yeah.
are safe. Odyssey family.
Yeah, of course.
And this is not a bad thing at all. This is not a bad thing. So please know if you're
Mm-mm.
gonna play the game, play it. But this is like so adorably girly in the best way.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's adorable.
But it's a girl. I feel like it's a girly game, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because
Look at her.
this is the kind of stuff I feel like Zelda would do on her adventure. I feel like you know what I mean? When we get more into the game about where she has to go, if there's dungeons, what she has to figure
what she
out.
has to do.
She's doing it from Zelda's point of view, and I like that they went all in with that. And if this game does, and if this game does really, if this game does really, really well, yeah, I agree with all that. Whatever's going on, I agree
Yeah.
with it. Yeah. But seriously, what I'm thinking is I want this game to hit real hard, because
Yeah.
then we'll probably get a couple more 2D Zeldas, and then they'll probably move her up to 3D, and we'll get a
Oh my, that'll be a game. That'll be a dream.
It'll be instead of how Pokemon has like 2 games, like they have Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It'll be like Zelda, Link and Zelda's version. I don't know how they're gonna say it, but yeah, we'll get a double pack of games.
It's kinda
That's
like
what happened with
Mario.
the Philips CDI, which they're not official Nintendo, but they had one for Link and one for Zelda.
Uh-huh.
You know, I like to think of how Mario has the 2D games and the 3D games, and how the 3D games are the mainland games. But yeah, I know I'm really. Oh, there we go. I was not in the middle. I'm really
The logo's
excited.
over my forehead.
I think it's a smart decision too to make the game because it definitely has more of a.
Sorry, JC. Let me get that out.
It's okay.
It definitely
Go ahead,
has
Zach.
more of the girly aesthetic, like you said. You could almost argue that it's more of the cozy aesthetic, but like
Yeah.
if you're gonna just put things on a binary scale, does cozy fall more on feminine or masculine? You know,
No.
so like,
Up in the middle.
but
Middle.
I agree. I got a little cozy corner I set up on my
I-
Nintendo plushes today, but that's beside the point.
Cozy's for
But
everybody.
so
Yeah.
you know,
All
I think
games
it's
are
a
for everybody.
smart marketing decision because like 2/5 of our podcast are women. Like right now, there's that's if it wasn't an even number, like it's an odd number, so somebody has to be the majority. And like women game, I'm not trying to act like women don't game, but also too like gaming is more male dominated. It's becoming less male dominated,
That's true.
but I post a YouTube video, a live stream. I don't do anything that's specifically masculine in my stuff. I'm just playing games. And then I go look at my analytics and 98.2% of my viewers are male, And so it
Yep.
makes sense that male audiences, kind of like how male audiences statistically watch women's sports more than women do, because in general, statistically, men are more interested in sports. Same with movies like Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman. Men statistically take a higher percentage of the superhero audience, and so even when it's a female-led movie, men are still the main audience taking that in. And so it makes sense if you're going to have that large male demographic, no matter what, to kind of cozy it up and make it appeal more to feminine gamers or people who maybe wouldn't normally be a gamer, but then they see the commercial and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And again, this isn't just a female gamer thing, because I know like you guys obviously exist. I'm talking to you, but this is to get people who maybe aren't necessarily gamers at all, because they view it as like this ESPN, Madden, Call of Duty, like stuff. I don't care about sports and shooting. Oh, but she's got that ponytail. Like, that's cute. And so I think that's a smart, you're not going to lose any of your core male audience by doing any of that stuff, but you're going to bring in more women who maybe weren't part of the core demographic originally.
Yeah.
Or, and I read this. This is a YouTuber who's around my age, a little bit older, and she's just gotten into gaming. She's more of a pop culture YouTuber, and she's just gotten into gaming. And she bought a Switch, and she loves Animal Crossing. She loves all the cozy games. But she said, "Oh, I have Breath of the Wild. It intimidated me like way too much." And I'm like, "Well, this game doesn't seem very intimidating either." Because all I'm gushing over, I've played all the 2D games too, so I know that the game itself is probably going to be all kind of puzzles and things I have to figure out and all that other good stuff that we love about the series as a whole. But to Zach's point, this could help with people who think that way or who are still getting into gaming, don't care about Switch 2. They're just like, okay, this is fun. This is something cool I could do on the side as well. So yeah, but I think it's also not necessarily viewed as girly by male gamers, because it's like, well, it's part of the Zelda series.
It's all that,
Playing for the puzzles and the other fun stuff you get to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Animal Crossing, like what, 40 million, right, Paul?
Yeah, over.
I know
Over.
so many.
Gee.
So my
Number 2 game.
family's mostly women. I
Number
have,
2 game, the number 2
sorry.
most sold game on Switch after Mario Kart. So we have a Boo Mini super chat, and well, let's see here. Question. Wants to read it.
Will Echoes of Wisdom be a 10 to 50 hour game, 50 to 100 hour game, or 100+ hour game?
This is a numbers question I can actually answer.
Go ahead, Tracy.
Okay, unless somebody else wants it, but Like,
The-
find me a number section I can answer.
The game will take 36 hours to complete, basically, but it'll be a 64 hours to complete 100%.
Is that exact? Or where did you pull that out of the
I
air?
know no one was picking up on the amazing humor. I appreciated that the whole time, Paul.
Okay. Well, here's my answer. When I think about most of the 2D games, when you play them, if you're playing them like, genuinely, and you're just trying to figure stuff out and try stuff, I could honestly see this being a 50-hour game.
Yeah.
But then once you know where everything is, it's probably a 10 to 15-hour game.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because A Link to the Past, it took me, I didn't actually really beat it like the whole thing, like 100% everything until I was grown. And then when I go back and replay it, because I know where everything is, I don't use glitches or any of that stuff. The game takes about 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. It really depends on which run you're going through.
Paul's living at 2080 or something, because I was not picking up on that. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Did you play it already?
No, but I do think that this could be the Breath of the Wild moment for Zelda again. And that's a weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean the Breath of the Wild moment for Zelda again? Well, up until Breath of the Wild, the best-selling combined Zelda game was Twilight Princess, but Ocarina of Time, if you count 3DS, that still actually is number one. But regardless, you're looking at that, 8.7 to 11 million territory. Boom, Breath of the Wild, 33.5. The best-selling 2D Zelda game is actually, I think, around 6 million. 6.5 million is the original Zelda, So the breakout moment again for Zelda, but for 2D. With the install base, with the fact that Nintendo Switch built up a new audience with people who liked Zelda, but maybe Breath of the Wild was too much, but then liked Animal Crossing, could now end up liking this, as it has less daunting of an overworld in terms of geometry and having to control multiple camera angles and shift things, but it's still catchy and cute and fun and engrossing. Hits the regular Zelda fan, hits the fan that wanted to play as Zelda this whole time for something new. And like, everyone said earlier, a little bit of the Animal Crossing crowd, a little bit of the cute crowd, a little bit of the dad's daughters crowd or the mom's daughters crowd that are like, dang, that's me. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
So what would it have to sell to be the Breath of the Wild moment again? I mean, I think if it does like 15 million, that would be huge, because that's beyond double, almost triple. I have to double check on A Link to the Link's Awakening HD to see if that passed 6.5.
I think that's at 6.6 million last time I looked. Link's Awakening, the remake.
Link's Awakening. It might have already passed,
according to December. Oh, that's December 22.
6.46 million units worldwide as of December 2022, and that's just the remake.
What was the number you said? Over 6.46? Oh yeah. So if it was over 6.46, then it's got to be close to 7 or above 7 now. So that means it actually beat the original Zelda's 6.5. So you're looking at 7. I think if this game does 15, well, first of all, if it does 8, it already wins. But I think like if it does 15, it might exceed Nintendo's expectations. Then again, I don't know what Nintendo actually wants, but they all know internally what they want, what they think. They probably thought Breath of the Wild is going to do very well, but did they ever think 35 million?
It was going to do that great?
I don't think
I didn't
so.
even think that.
They thought Animal Crossing isn't going to do well, but is it going to do 45 million? Probably not. You know what I mean?
The pandemic helped.
I wonder, what do they want it to sell, what they think it would sell, and what's considered a massive success. I think 15 is that number that is that massive success for this game.
Yeah, I agree.
think 10 to 15 million for this one easy, because it kind of satisfies that need for more Zelda. It's not a remake. It's I think people are finally understanding it's not a spin-off game either.
No.
Yeah.
It's not a spin-off.
Name.
And also, I have to get on.
modern conventions. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. It has the what?
It has the modern conventions of a Breath of the Wild or a Tears of the Kingdom with some unique gameplay experience with the hand pulling a device to you, with you pulling yourself to the device and working and manipulating a way around the world in a sophisticated way that could not be done back then because the tech couldn't have allowed that, nor did the minds think of that kind of stuff then necessarily. But it has, this happy marriage of that new, cool, compelling gameplay, but not overly complicated necessarily. So it might be a win-win. And it is funny seeing a lot of people shifting to, oh, this trailer won me over. Earlier, I was like, So I'm happy to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to get on my soapbox just a little bit. This is not Nintendo trying to follow any type of new trends or ideologies or anything. This is an established character that I think we've been saying for a long time. All I didn't want was a Zelda game starring Zelda that's basically Link with the Zelda skin, where she's, you know what I mean? Even in Hyrule Warriors, the first one and the second one, Zelda does fight with a weapon, but it's still her own personality. It's a weapon that makes sense for her. It doesn't take anything away from Link. She's just as cute and girly in that game too. So what I'm glad that people are realizing is that this isn't type of any ideology or anything like that. They've been talking about making Zelda playable. This is it's new to us, but this has been talked about in Nintendo
for many
years. For many years. And so, and I remember Skyward Sword, the devs had talked about they wanted to give Zelda a section, and that's what the ending credits are of Skyward Sword. Sorry, Mike, you'll forget this conversation anyway.
What?
Yeah, there's something that happens in Skyward Sword. That's when the talk kind of really began, when I really look back about wanting a playable Zelda and what can she do and everything. And then there was a time when we got a Tears of the Kingdom, when it was like really, really early on. No, it was Breath of the Wild, really, really early on, and we couldn't tell that was Link. And people were like, "Is that
Zelda?
Tears
Gonna
of
be
the
Zelda?"
Kingdom.
Like,
in the trailer,
lanyard
they're only showing him
scandal.
from behind with the long hair.
There
The
you go.
lanyard scandal. Oh, I could bust out my lanyard, but E3 2016, when the lanyards came out, and it was that, is that Zelda and Link? Because this one, like, oh my gosh, I mean, no, it's just Link, but that
It's
really
more
was
timeline lore for us to rip apart and disagree on, guys. This is good. It's good.
I do really, really, really agree with that. One of my biggest... Other people would say it's a flaw. I enjoy it. But when it comes to suspension of disbelief, I like to suspend my disbelief just the amount I need to get by. And so when a universe has an established set of rules, and then all of a sudden it breaks those rules, I'm just like, what? Like, I don't want her boxing with Ganon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like...
We haven't boxed before, though.
I loved in Iron Man 2 when Black Widow shows up, because unlike the comics, she doesn't have the super soldier serum, which I think they should have given her. I think that's a mistake that they didn't. Anyways, she doesn't have the super soldier serum. She's just a spy who's really good at what she does. And so, like, all of her fighting style is like acrobatic gymnastic type stuff, using her opponent's momentum against them and whatnot. And I'm down with that. It's super cool. And then all of a sudden, like, that starts happening less and less with characters, and characters are stronger than they should be or weaker than they should be. And again, it's like made up stuff. But for me, like, my enjoyment of something, like, I just notice when there's an inconsistency, and I'm just like, man, how hard would it be to make them 5 pounds stronger or 5 pounds weaker? And so in this game, like, I don't think we've seen Zelda fight one enemy. Like,
no, she uses echoes of enemies.
Yeah, she uses the echoes of enemies. And even when you compare her, and I noticed this when I was first watching the trailer, this new one, her new ability to, what's it called? The tether thing? Bind. When you have Link moving stuff with Ultra Hand.
Reverse Bond.
Yes.
Mike, do you have it?
Bind and Reverse Bond. Bind is the one, reverse bond is like kind of like taking things and kind of you going with it. And
Oh
bind
yeah,
is,
and bind is just
is,
moving
is,
them.
is actually when you bind it, you move and it moves with you.
Yes, and that's my
Yeah.
point. When we see Link do stuff, because Link's like the
Overhand.
strongest version of Link ever in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom,
Mhm.
and he's either got the Sheikah Slate or Ultra Hand, but he's binding his hand to stuff and then just whipping it around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we saw Zelda, and I didn't want Zelda to do that, but then the trailer came out, and bind is clearly strictly magic, and she's just walking, and because of magic, stuff's following her. And in my head I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, they differentiated it. They kept the same mechanic, but they differentiated it. So she's not super strong like Link. She's just doing her thing, and the items are doing their thing with her. You know, and again, female characters can be strong, but this female character, her strength comes from her wisdom and her courage and
Her heart.
and and her intelligence. And so I didn't know I wanted that until I saw it, but as soon as I saw it in the trailer, I was like, I love that they did that because it works with her personality.
Yep, yep, it does. And I do want to echo exactly what Paul, Joycey, and Zach been saying about. I really feel that this is like the perfect time for this to happen because it's going. If you look at the trailer, if you look at the menu, if you look at the game mechanics, it's adapting what we know of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in terms of puzzle solving, meaning that you're not going to have a wrong or a correct or wrong way of doing things. It gives you that freedom and flexibility for you to resolve those puzzles. And I feel that whoever has never played either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, this is going to be a path, as Joyce mentioned, to a 3D game in the future with Zelda as being the protagonist in this case. And also, to Paul's point, this is a perfect way for people to start to get involved with the Breath of the Wild formula, and to get to know the menus and the game mechanics and how things are working, because you're getting pretty much the same. You're getting that flexibility and that freedom of solving those puzzles with whatever you have available, so that people can start to get used to it if they have never played those two games, right? So I feel that's really something that has a lot of potential at the moment for Nintendo. So also, a lot of people are gonna, regardless if it looks girly or whatever, which is not a bad thing. We already said it. We already said it. A lot of people will, regardless if it's girly or not, if it's more leaning towards that, they're gonna play as Zelda, something that they have been wanting for a very long time, right? So it's a win.
The one thing I want to add before I go into the Q&A, can I add something? Because I haven't spoken in about 2 hours.
I know. I just wanted to say something real quick because Lily reminded me. I'm sorry, I have to. It's my favorite topic. Well, that'll make you feel better. Well, now I forgot. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I forgot.
I forgot. I forgot. Welcome to 40, y'all.
Really, Joyce?
The audacity.
Welcome to 40, y'all.
What is everyone looking forward to? And ew, me dungeons.
The wisdom.
The wisdom.
And
The
ew.
wisdom. That's what we're gonna call it now. We're gonna call it the wisdom.
The wisdom.
Wisdom.
The wisdom.
Da.
Yes. The
Da.
wisdom.
Isn't da yes in another language?
Could be, yeah.
Possibly.
Uh,
Da, like yes, like
Ah.
the affirmative. I think that's German.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think.
that's correct.
Don't quote me on that.
I think you're right because that thing I heard it on a movie. So
I gotta look it up. Or is it Doctor?
I heard it in a movie, and it had to be like a movie that I watched recently. And I watched a lot of suspense movies and like I watched a lot
it's
of
German.
sci-fi.
It's German.
It's German, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. How is my pronunciation in German? Ah,
I
Good.
think it says JA, so I think it's
means yes. Hey, yeah. No, I'm almost fluent in German. 99% in reverse.
Makes sense.
that's something.
Makes
That
sense.
shouldn't have been as funny as it was.
What? What is 99% in reverse? So I'm 1% fluent all right, so Josie, did you remember what you wanted to say?
Nope.
No. I forgot what I was going to say too. What was I going to say?
Well,
So
I'll
we're talking
answer.
about, all right. So this game, I think I'm leaning towards more something that Lily was saying that if they remake a new game top down or whatever, the remakes, I think they're gonna go with the traditional route with linear game. But this proves that they are literally moving away from linear, giving you more freedom to like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Confirmed
Yeah,
already.
he basically said it. Like, yeah, we're kind of moving towards more the open world type of go anywhere, solve anything first, or how we want, and because that was proven to be successful with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Now every game moving forward, even top down, this one,
Mhm.
it's the same way, and even the abilities like Ultra Hand was inspired by this bond or bind thing, is reverse bond bind thing. Ultra Hand is kind of like a similar thing there.
Or vice
Yeah,
versa.
it's the first thing that I thought about. Hey, look, she has Ultra Hand, but it's actually bind that Try gives her the ability to do, which is really cool.
Ari.
Ari,
That's
Ari.
right.
That's the
Ari.
Spanish.
His
Or
name now.
the translated one.
Or her name.
Sorry.
We don't even know.
Ari from the crack, from the mysterious crack. So,
Mysterious cracks.
The depths of the crack.
oh my God,
Oh man.
anyway,
It's always a good time over here, y'all.
we got another super chat by the do meanie. Fair to assume there's underwater exploration. No, don't assume it.
Oh.
That assumption is as like literally before Breath of the Wild. We're gonna go underwater. Tears of the Kingdom. We're gonna go underwater. Never go underwater. I mean, yeah.
Next games, I think we will. The next set of games in the wild era, I don't know, but this game might surprise us.
It's good.
I think she can swim though.
Yeah, it's fair
But
enough.
I think I saw something. Sorry. Go ahead. Let me.
It's good to say no. That way, if it ever does happen, surprise, we're good. Hey, that's awesome. Finally, we got.
Oh, it was in the first.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to point out. There
Have
is
In the
like
first trailer.
just go underwater.
While Lily's looking for that, have you guys seen
Yeah, here it is.
the water glitch in Breath of the Wild? The underwater glitch?
Yes,
If
it's
you
beautiful under there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It, for those of you who haven't seen this, if you enter a very specific part of a very specific body of water in Breath of the Wild, you can, instead of having the water filter applied over the camera, it's as if you're not in water. Like you can see everything underwater perfectly clearly. And there's all these coral reefs and all this plant life, and it's just beautiful. And as soon as I saw that back in like 2017, 2018, I was like, man, like Nintendo does all this for like the underwater stuff we won't see. I would love for them to give us underwater Zelda in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that we have been asking for a very long time.
What if Zelda and Link are reincarnated as Zoras?
That's not how that works.
It's on minute 3:48 of the trailer. The latest one. She literally dives underwater. She echoes a fish, by the way. With
So she dives in the water with the fish?
no, she's swimming on her own. It's just that she echoes a fish.
Yeah,
Those kind of
and
ones that had like the
Is she using reverse bond? Is she using reverse bond?
to use it. Yeah, okay, get it.
Yeah. So basically, she's being pulled by the fish. The fish is swimming, and she used reverse bond to kind of let the fish kind of guide her, or she guides the fish.
So she can go underwater.
Yeah.
Somebody clarified it in chat for us.
Oh wait, yeah. You can't go in water because it uses that front facing side scrolling part that you have in
Like
Link's Awakening, the side scrolling. So so there is a side scrolling part where you go in the water and in Link, isn't there one like Link's Awakening also?
So somebody clarified it in chat for me. Underwater was officially done one of the last times in Ocarina and Twilight Princess. I feel like I remember it in Skyward Sword too, though. But there were temples like underwater or
Yeah, the
dungeons
water
or-
temples.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's a water dungeon in A Link Between Worlds as well as A Link to the Past. So, but I don't know if that counts as the same thing as underwater exploration. When I think underwater,
Yeah.
I think you're
Mario
underwater.
64.
There you go.
Swimming
Yeah.
underwater.
And what
Like
Mike was
swimming
saying, it
underwater.
feels like it's going to be only like a very small portion, like the 2D portions of the dungeons,
Mhm.
but not like the entire dungeon, just being on the water. Yeah.
All right, so we got a switch out here, right? Justin, is it Basil? Basil? Did I say it correctly? I
think
hope.
it's basil, like
Basil?
the spice. I
Okay.
think it's basil.
What plot twist would you like to see in Echoes? I
Ooh.
would like to see Dark Link because
Yes.
in the
Ooh, that's the
trailer,
opposite of mine.
in the trailer, one of those little chubby guys, the one with the little, what do you call those little guys? The ones that kind of run at you with the little pitchforks and stuff like that. And they're in the first game, and I think they're here
The
too.
goblins?
Yeah, the
Dark
ones
Knight?
Goblins?
the ones you knock over and they kind of like they go back like this, and you have to kill them again.
Turtles?
They're
The
turtles.
evil turtles?
They're called turtles all this time. I thought they were-
Are we
No,
not
no,
talking
no,
about the Bokoblins?
We're talking about the bokoblins.
They're bokoblins, really?
Where?
Yeah.
Is that what they are? Is that what they've always been?
These
Yeah,
guys right here?
because Ganon is what's it
Yeah,
called?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
a
look
pig.
it up.
Yeah.
And
Ganon-
so
Ganon
his
is a-
minions are his main minions are the Bokoblins, who are like little.
Wait,
mini
is that how you
demons.
pronounce it too? I've been saying bokoblins.
I think I switch back and forth.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it doesn't really matter. Bokoblins in Spanish, bokoblins, bokoblins.
Bobs. We'll just call them
Bobs.
Bobs.
I
Oh,
did see somebody
Portals,
pointed
like-
out before. They were like, I like how every time Link needs to sleep, he just like makes a fire and passes out, but
Yeah.
Zelda makes a bed.
For
Yeah,
real?
yeah, she does.
She's a diva.
She's a
little
princess.
diva. She's a princess and a diva.
He's
And-
trying to
and-
find bokoblins now.
That's the best smart.
Daku Sprouts.
That's a bit
Or
smart.
Sprouts. Daku Sprouts.
I like the
thought
duck
they-
sprouts because they are all about their business.
I thought they were
can't
gone.
be upset with that.
Okay,
Last
so
time I think we saw him was Majora's Mask. I think.
where are you,
It's been a mint.
So
Oh, to
The
answer
moblins.
Justin's. Did you answer Justin's question, Mike?
actually, I'm about to.
Yeah, what
I'm-
plot
I'm-
twist? He
I'm-
said
I'm-
Dark Link.
Yeah, because I'm in the middle of explaining it, but I'm looking for a certain part in the trailer where they actually. Okay, so let me just go to a rift here because I think it's in the first trailer. So in this trailer or the first trailer, I can't remember what it is. There is a
Yeah,
rift,
it was the first one, I
and then
guess.
out of the rift, one of those bokoblins jump out. But when they jump out, they're dark and they have like glowing eyes, and they're kind of
Mhm.
like shiny. And
They're
so
even more evil.
what I'm saying is that this could either be a dark echo of a
Mm.
bokoblin, and maybe we'll get not the actual Link, but a dark Link echo, an echo of Link. Because if we have the we have Tri or Addy, doing doing echoes, doing echoes for good. Maybe Ganon also has that problem or whatever that big thing, and then he does dark echoes, right? And so he makes a dark echo of Link, and then Link jumps up and Zelda, Link, my love, and all of a sudden he goes like,
My love.
I love you, are a stranger, and he said, no, Link, it's me, Zelda, and then Link goes, I am not Link, I am Dark Link, and then you just kind of little drama thing. They go to commercials and they come back, and then they're still fighting, and then like little drama.
And I think you're referring to the moblins, by the way.
Yeah.
The moblins are the big Bobs.
The little chubby guys, the little thingies, that little ball looking
The,
thing.
the little ones are little bokoblins. They're little Bobs, and the big ones are moblins. My twist that I would like to see is a different big baddie. Because I have a feeling that Ganon's not the big bad in this one. And it's a perfect time. We're breaking all the conventions in Zelda. Let's introduce a new baddie. It's that he or she got beef with Zelda or whatever. somebody that Ganon has beef with Zelda too, but mainly he's always mad at Link because Link always defeats him. So I would like to see that because Ganon gets sucked up into that rift too, or the crack, or whatever. He gets
the
sucked up into
mysterious
that
crack.
He gets stuck in that mysterious crack too. So and all Zelda's trying to do is go save her man. So who's the big bad that we have to fight at the end? Who's the final boss?
Holy paper.
Okay, so I was thinking about it.
Sit in the corner, Mike.
Let me see. Oh, this is our stream thing still. We're not on camera.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not.
But
We're not?
no.
No.
It's just the game.
Yeah,
and
you kind of
Justin's
maximized
super
it.
chat.
There you
Now
go.
we are.
Okay.
Yes, we're back.
So after thinking about it, everybody instantly compared this game to Link's Awakening just because of the style.
Of course.
Which makes sense because it's literally in the style of the new Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
However, Link's Awakening takes place in a world that's not real. Some might call that an echo of a world.
Dream.
But
Fish dream. It's like a fish. It's like the worst play. I mean, when I played that game, I'm like, really? This is all a dream of that?
But what happens when you fight the final boss? He makes echoes. You have to fight because that's when Ganondorf appears that's when Ganon appears in the game. You have to fight an echo of Ganon. You have to fight these echoes of these other of Ganon. That's like one of the second to last one, I think. Every time you beat it, because it's just black, like there's no like details, and then it changes. And that kind of reminds me of these dark moblins coming in from this other world. So, from the rift, from the mysterious crack. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, we have the hero timeline, and I know we have the fallen timeline. I know there's more, but what if this is a fallen timeline of Link's Awakening? Link doesn't save the windfish and whatnot. And you know what I mean? Like, they lose.
If it's all a dream, I am going to personally go.
Well, it's not
protest
necessarily
Nintendo.
all a dream, but Link
Link's
wins,
Awakening was a
and
dream.
then he wins, and then he gets to wake up. You know what I mean? What if because you can technically
Then why
feel
is
like
he
the dream was still a real universe type thing, So what if there's a version where Link didn't win, and these rifts are what happened because of it? I don't know. It's just an idea, just because there was an echo. You had to fight an echo of Ganon, and so
I have a theory. You kind of you're pushing me towards. What if this is just the next game in the line of Zelda games, and Tears of the Kingdom was the game before this? Years have passed, and then Link is in the middle of fighting Ganon again because they came back, and so this is the different outcome. Like, there's a different outcome, and it actually after.
That's possible too.
Tears of
I
the
was
Kingdom.
thinking about that this morning, but then that new image of Impa, she didn't have the tattoo on her head.
Hold
like
up.
she
There's
did.
always an Impa. There's always an Impa. There's always a Link, and there's
No,
always
yeah, but if it's the same Link, because we have old Impa in Breath of the Wild and Tears, who's got her tattoo, but old Impa on this image doesn't have the tattoo.
Yeah, because it's a different Link, a different Zelda already. Breath of Tears of the
Oh,
Kingdom.
I misunderstood you. I thought you were saying, what if this is like a few years later and
No,
it's
no,
the same Link?
It's far.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
All
move
right.
on.
So with that, we are in the Q&A section. It is 2 hours and 7 minutes or 8 minutes into the podcast, and so with that, my eyes can't work right now. So I'm gonna ask one of my crew to go ahead and highlight some questions. Let me go ahead and unhighlight this this last super chat. By the way, thank you, Justin, for that super chat and for that awesome question. Very awesome, and it really did kind of open discussion, which is awesome. So yeah, who wants to highlight a question from the super chat part? I'm from the start. If you guys have a question, this is the time. We're gonna be for the next 10 minutes. We'll be answering some questions, and then talking about Zelda, talking about Switch 2, whatever question you guys have regarding our topics or any question at all regarding Nintendo. You guys are free to ask anything right now. This is your time on the podcast.
Ask away.
All
So we
right.
have a
Ooh.
question here from T3MP3K.
Mhm.
We've answered this question before, but we'll do it again.
I
Have you
can
seen Borderlands movie review? Avi
Yes.
Arad. Avi Arad is one of the producers, and he's also producing Zelda right now. I'm worried for Zelda. Hopefully, Nintendo made the right choice giving Zelda to Sony. Real quick before, wait, real quick. Okay, just real quick. Let me just say something real quick. That's not how business works.
No, but I can answer this really fast. Avita Rod is only in this case he's only he has his own studio. He provides the studio, but when it comes to the Legend of Zelda, what we can rely on is first thing is two people is Wes Ball, who is the director of the Legend of Zelda. He just completed the Planet of the Apes movie was phenomenal, very good raving reviews, and so it looked phenomenal. I recommend you guys watch that movie so you guys can see his directing style. It's awesome. You can literally picture Zelda in the character within the movie. Number two, Shigeru Miyamoto is heavily involved. He is the second chair in the director's chair, and he is very protective of his babies, right? He is taking the same exact position that he took with the Super Mario Brothers movie. Mario movie had its own director. Avita Rod is basically providing its studios, right? And Sony's providing the money, and Nintendo's providing a little bit more than half of the money so that they can have the majority stake on the actual movie. But we have Sony producing the movie. We have Avita Rod with his production crew, and then we have Wes Ball directing the movie, but we also have Sony Animations involved as production crew as well, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be handling the CGI, so it's good because and Avita Rod also has a lot of other movies that he did very well. For example, he was responsible for the MCU right at the beginning with Iron Man, with all the Infinity Saga movies. Avita Rod was at the helm when it comes to the production part, right? He wasn't Kevin Feige was the actual head there, and then of course we had this other guy, I forgot his name, Jon Favreau. Favreau, one of my favorite actors. He's so super awesome guy. Directing a couple of the movies as well. So I wouldn't worry too much about the what they did with Borderlands was they stripped it down. They made it PG-13. They completely took away. They didn't listen to the fans. They didn't make a fan favorite, mobile film, and they just kind of tried a PG-13 Borderlands, which is insane. And well, just like they would, just like the studio did with Dragon Ball Evolution at one point. They try to do their own thing, and they try to, and that's what it is. Sometimes they have failed, sometimes they don't. But I wouldn't worry too much when it comes to Borderlands. It's a completely different beast, and we have our what should I call him? Our father Miyamoto in the helm there, making sure that everything
that's the most important part.
Everything flows,
Yeah, and Tempek. Oh, sorry, Lily.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, mine was gonna be a little longer, like Mike's. So.
No, I'm actually agreeing with everything that Mike is saying. I wouldn't be so worried about that at all because Miyamoto is gonna be, supervising everything. So I think that we were a bit scared when we got Super Mario movie, but they did amazingly well. So I don't really think, but that being said, I don't really have like my high hopes all the way up there, right? Because I'm gonna be settled down right in the middle. I have hopes for the movie, and they're not gonna disappoint overall. That's all I can say at the moment. If I know more of the movie in the future, of course it might change, but I wouldn't be so worried about it.
Let me add one little thing quick before I send it to Zach. Did you know that Miyamoto actually had to approve Chris Pratt's voice for Mario? He had to actually approve to make sure that it was Italian plumber from Brooklyn, and it sounded like an Italian plumber from Brooklyn Miyamoto did not want the Charles Martinet over exaggerated Italian voice. He wanted the Italian from Brooklyn. And so he did a couple of voices before he landed on the one here, but it was Miyamoto directing the entire thing. Project.
Yep.
100%. Yeah. So I agree with Mike and Lily 100% that Miyamoto is the reason that my worries subside. Every time I see Avi's name, my heart drops to my stomach, but then I remember history and Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo is so involved, and specifically Miyamoto, they have to approve everything. And so we don't necessarily know how these contracts work and whatnot, because, so for example, a film that I worked on last year, one of the producers had a very small financial stake, and another producer put up like $100,000 on this thing and was like the main producer. But the producer with the very small stake in his contract has full creative freedom. So even though he barely put anything into the film, he can override anything. It's contractually obligated. Obviously, I don't think that's the type of well, just that we know that's not the type of contract Avi has, but we don't necessarily know how much power that he has. But what's important to note, it's going to be a little story time. Avi is a toy guy.
Yeah.
First and foremost, that is how he got into films. And so there's 4 main characters in this story. And this is a super abridged version. There is Avi Arad, Kevin Feige, Laura Ziskin, R.I.P. She's the GOAT, and then Ike Perlmutter. And so Ike Perlmutter used to be over like the MCU and all of that stuff back when Marvel Television and Marvel Entertainment were 2 different divisions. Ike Perlmutter is the reason why Iron Man 3 has such a confusing story and ending, because he said women don't sell toys. And so the main villain of Iron Man 3 was going to be female, but then we got the fake Mandarin switch because of him refusing to make her the villain because she would not sell toys. And so Avi Arad comes from a similar background. And if you're like a diehard Spider-Man fan like me, like, you know, every time you see his name, you're just like, oh. And for years, he's been talking about how he started the MCU. But nobody besides him corroborates that, because you have people, which is documented, you have Kevin Feige all the way back on the first X-Men movie that he was working on. In 2001, X-Men came out. He's talking to the producers at Fox. He's talking to the heads of Fox saying, hey, this X-Men thing is super cool. We should roadmap a giant timeline and a giant story. He was trying to MCU Fox. And so that was, you know, the MCU didn't start until 2008. You have Kevin Feige doing this in 2001. And so then you have Laura Ziskin, who basically was kind of like the mediator at Sony. She was super involved in all of the Spider-Man movies, and she was someone who would say no. People would be like, oh, I have this great idea. We should do this. No. And that's where Laura would come in. She was a huge Spider-Man fan, and she passed away shortly before Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, and a lot of people credit the rewrites and how that movie flopped being due to her lack of involvement, being able to keep a check on Avi Arad. And so Avi scares me a good amount, but Nintendo made a Mario movie that flopped. Not the new one, like the one with real people. And Nintendo said, wow, that's scary. We never want to do this again. Then they see all this money being made in movies, and they said, okay, you know what? Let's do this again, but let's kind of keep our hands on it. And, like, we are in charge. I don't care about Avi. Like, while he scares me when I see he's involved in something, Nintendo is going to put Nintendo's interests first. Avi has strengths. There's a reason these people keep him around, you know, especially too being able to merchandise toys out of the movie, being able to do tie-ins with the theme park, stuff like this. Avi is an ideas guy. He is a great ideas guy. And so nothing can happen without Miyamoto's say so. Where then you look at Borderlands, and every single video game movie that hasn't been successful literally strips away everything we love about the video game and thinks that the audience is going to want a recreation of it
Mhm.
with just people who have the same names. Which I haven't seen Borderlands, so I can't necessarily critique this movie yet.
Mhm.
But if the reviews are to be believed, it's not
Yeah.
good. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what people who aren't fans of the Borderland games, have never played it, think. Maybe it's a good movie and a terrible Borderlands movie. Maybe it's just a
Yep.
terrible movie all around. But with Nintendo and Miyamoto, you have the hands in the official thumbs up, thumbs down. Nope, we're not doing that. Thumbs down. Yep, we're doing that. Thumbs up. We know for a fact Nintendo is not going to give away control of their baby after they were traumatized to the point where they stopped making movies completely. So while I might have a more fearful, not negative, I just think Avi as a producer is better utilized in roles that people don't use him in. While my view probably is closer to yours, I would fully agree with Mike and Lily and say you have nothing to worry about with Miyamoto's involvement.
Let me put a period on this by saying this: Avi Arad is in no way he has no hand over anything relating story, directing, nothing of the movie, how it's going to look, how it's going to feel, what storyline they're going to do. He's only the production company, Avi Arad Productions. That is it. For example, he was involved in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, a great, phenomenal animated movie, but the directors were Joaquin Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Pemp. Writers Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and Dave Collins. Same exact thing with Avi. He has a really big list of movies that are very good. The original X-Men trilogy, Daredevil, Hulk, Elektra, Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, one of the best. Blade Trinity, hello Blade, The Punisher, Ghost Rider, Fantastic Four. He has a Spider-Man, No Way Home, the last Spider-Man, like the best Spider-Man ever made. He has the credit for that. He was not directly involved at all. He was not. He is the CEO of Marvel Entertainment, and so he is not directly involved in the story, in the creative direction of the movie. So that's why he can have a flop under his name, and he can also have a fantastic movie under his name, because
I will say
no connection. There's no connection.
The best thing that Avi's ever done, and I don't know how you can top this, is when they were making Spider-Man 2. Somebody pitched the idea, and the production team was kind of really liking this, and they wanted to put it in a script and do a treatment, is what you call a script that's not actually like an official script. They wanted to put it in a treatment and see how the movie could go this way, where Dr. Octopus, aka Otto Octavius, was going to be Peter's age, and the movie was going to be about a love triangle between him, Peter, and Mary Jane. And Avi said no. And so, like I said, I'm not here just dunking on Avi, because could you imagine if Avi didn't shut that down? This is one of the most beloved superhero movies of all time.
Again, he is where he is because of his talent. So that we got Christopher here. Who wants to read this?
I never got to say what I wanted to say about it, though.
Go ahead.
I was gonna also say one of the things we got to remember is that there's certain things that don't work in movies that do work in video games. So they are going to adjust certain parts of the movie in that respect. So I will encourage people to also keep an open mind. I really, really hope that they're going, since it's going to be live action, so I hope they do certain things. I don't want a whole lot of blood and gore, but it doesn't really make sense for Link to hit a monster with a sword and they go off into a puff of smoke. That works in a game. I don't think that's going to come across well on screen.
It works if they're made out of malice. Magic, baby.
Hey!
Purple blood. Sorry, I haven't slept. I'm sorry. Continue.
And very quickly, aside from video games, I also love manga, and One Piece is my favorite manga, my favorite anime. And I have to say that just to whatever everybody has been echoing about, well, the creator of One Piece pretty much supervised everything. And even though it's not like the manga or anime to the dot, it actually kept what makes One Piece special. So that's one of the things, and that I feel that it's not going to happen with Shigeru Miyamoto. But to the question that we have, and thank you very much for highlighting that one, because it has to do with what we're talking about. Well, in the past, they were more like lending their rights to do something for Zelda. That's how the Philips, the SCDI Zelda games came out, and everybody's saying that they're canon and stuff like that. It's not really. It's only Nintendo, lending their rights on certain things. And that movie was quite interesting, right?
Parody.
So
It was a parody. It was a good
yeah,
parody.
that's pretty much what it was.
It's good to watch.
That elevator scene is still the best thing.
Oh
ever
my
put on
god,
film.
yeah.
It's good.
Hilarious.
It's good to watch it and just laugh, because like of all things that you find, it's a good movie to do bingo on. Like, okay, that was wrong, bingo. But to answer the question, yes, he was. Miyamoto was literally co-directing the entire process of the Mario movie, and that's why that's why we had the Mario movie that we did.
He's Mario's dad.
And so
He
he's
said to
also
himself.
he's also Hyrule's dad too, and the Legend of Zelda's dad. So he's gonna make sure his babies are well taken care of.
Yeah,
You know,
we're
Which
talking about the
works out
old
for us.
Mario
That-
movie.
And keep Miyamoto, and if the guy can protect them, nothing will happen to him, because the minute he's out of our lives,
Yep.
yeah, everything. But
Michael,
yeah,
can you put this
But,
back
yeah.
on screen?
I think-
Lily, you were right with the licensing stuff. And,
Oh
like,
yeah, can I put you guys back on screen? Yeah, I will.
Yeah. 'Cause we just have like this one still.
Okay, how about this one?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Everybody
a good
sees
way,
us.
A good way to think about it, and this is not going to be a giant story like last time, but sticking with the MCU analogy, a lot of you probably saw Deadpool Wolverine. You know how big a deal that was to like get them in the Marvel universe and stuff.
Loved it.
You know, if you're big Marvel fans, which a lot of people are, because that's the biggest thing in pop culture right now, you know that it took forever to get Spider-Man. It took forever to get the Fantastic Four, because all of these different studios had the rights.
Mhm.
These studios didn't care about making the movies themselves. They just saw money and were like, oh, cool. And so that's how that old Mario movie got made. Nintendo was like, oh, sick. We can get more money if you make a movie? Yeah, sure. Go do your thing. Who was it? Was it Fox, Lily?
The old movie was
Yeah, or
based on
Universal.
Buena Vista Pictures distribution, but
Oh my
Pictures,
God, I
Hollywood
remember
Pictures, Synergy Pictures.
Yeah, they're no longer they're no
Oh,
longer
man.
available.
Synergy.
Oh my god, they're quite old and
Yeah,
no
that's
longer.
really old.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, they're no
Buena
longer with
Vista
us.
was-
But yeah, it was basically based on the Nintendo Super Mario Brothers,
Mhm.
but it wasn't like
Yeah,
directly with Shigeru Miyamoto.
it got a good
himself.
score. It got a good score, 4.2 out of 10. Not bad.
I mean, you guys remember Joshi on those movies, on that movie? Oh my
Can you
god!
believe? Can you believe that John Leguizamo, he got all upset because he wasn't casted as Luigi in the movie?
Mm,
Started
Of
off-
John
course.
Leguizamo.
you know what? You can't say it. You really can't talk. Really. I mean, anyway, I'll leave it there. But
But then, if you actually like look at some of those old interviews when he talked about that movie,
yeah.
he didn't have a lot of nice things to say.
no,
No, not at
No.
all.
yeah,
No offense, because he himself is an amazing actor. I don't think
Yes.
he gets the credit he deserves. But it's like, bruh, they're not calling anybody back from the old movie.
no.
No.
This was a brand new everything.
Yeah.
I'm just
Don't
glad
take it
Bob
personally.
Hoskins had fun.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins. Well, he murdered the movie. Like through
Yeah.
when he was actually filming the movie.
Yep.
He wasn't even done with the movie. He was already butchering the movie. I'm so sad to go to work tomorrow. It's
Yep.
horrible. It was
Yep.
bad. Anyway, we can continue this conversation to tomorrow. Is that the end of the questions?
We have three more.
Three more. Are they start?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Let's see here. Is one of them?
Yep.
All right. So Clifford Faber says, Lily, do you think Nintendo tends to focus on old games that have more than just one cartridge, like Mario, Zelda, etc.? Like more than one cartridge? How?
I guess
I think he means
talking-
multiple games in the series.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
series like franchises and
Yeah,
from the bigger IPs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a yes, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
it makes sense.
yeah.
That's what sells. Replicate what's selling.
Yeah, Nintendo has their main franchise that they'll never leave for anything in the world.
Yeah.
Mario, Zelda, Splatoon, Pokemon. You know,
Mhm.
Splatoon is basically new, but has really taken over. You know, Animal Crossing is another one. There will always be another game in
Yep.
those top 5 games there.
For sure.
We got
Oh my
Blue
gosh, an
Mini.
Animal Crossing movie. It's gonna happen.
Oof.
Or a show.
Oh my
It's
God.
gonna happen at some point.
I want
That needs to be a reality show.
an animated cozy movie, like an animated cozy movie, like replicating a reality show, though. And
Yeah,
having
yeah.
Oh,
The Office.
Exactly, Mike.
Okay.
Exactly.
The Office. Yeah, like
I'm gonna say this here and then leave it. And I will not say another word about it tonight. But because I know I'll forget. So, we're always like, what movie, like what game should they follow? Should they follow the game? Should they borrow the stuff from the games? If they do an Animal Crossing movie, is it Isabel or Isabella? It's Isabella,
Isabella.
right?
Isabella.
Isabella.
Yeah,
It should just
Isabella.
be Isabella, like going through school and like an internship and like her quest to like get a job and end up at the island. Like it's her first getting her job with Tom Nook, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like-
her meeting Tom Nook.
Yeah, her being a little marketing intern and doing, oh my gosh, Devil Wears Prada, but it's Animal Crossing.
That'll be awesome.
Okay, that's all I had.
I'm not sure if Paul.
Hathaway there.
This is the other Paul. I'm not sure if it's here, but this is a question for Paul. Do you think Ill will have DLC at some point? I don't think so. I think this is the end. I think because it's at the end of the Nintendo Switch Live system thingy. I don't think there'll be any DLC. I know there will be Amiibo, and I'll tell you how I know. Actually, I saw one. Never mind. Amiibo is coming, so that I can tell you. Amiibo. I mean, it's obvious. It's not like a big deal. Amiibo. They're
Echoes of Wisdom.
yeah,
Amiibo.
Amiibo. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Mike, didn't you say that Amiibo
agree.
was coming?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, but it's not really a tough thing to kind of. I'm not predicting it. I
Or
just saw
You
some.
can see the future, Mike.
No, I'm not predicting it. I just saw something, but it's
I
not.
see Zelda being an
And the
Amiibo.
reason why
I don't think we have a little Zelda like that, or do?
yeah, it's a Zelda. It's a Zelda with a little. Okay, so it's Zelda with her little wand, and she's like kind of leaning with her little foot, like up.
Ooh, so cute.
But do we have an Amiibo? Because the thing is, we have a Link's Awakening looking Amiibo.
We do.
Yeah.
We
In
do
that
have-
design. Do we have a Zelda one from Link's Awakening? I don't think so. Do we?
No, we
No,
don't.
we don't, because
Okay.
Link's Awakening Zelda is not even there.
It's just Link and
Oh,
Link.
yeah, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah,
It's
I
So-
have a raging headache. Just so.
but
no
yeah.
worries, Tracy.
So,
I
my
agree.
friend, with that, we have reached the end of the podcast, and I want to go ahead and thank my amazing crew for one very particular reason. They carry this podcast because I honestly, I've been working on Indie Mania since this morning. I went to bed last night at 4:00 in the morning. I woke up at 6, so that's about 2 hours, and then I started working again on Indie Mania until literally I had dinner. 5 minutes. I finished dinner 5 minutes before I went into the podcast, and then continued. And after I leave here, I have more stuff to do. It's been a thing. So I'm so appreciative of you guys, and I'm so happy that I got a crew that can talk. I love it. It's amazing. And
we can talk for hours.
yeah, I love that there will never be any dead air on our podcast. Everybody has always the most interesting things to say. So I'm super grateful to all of you. And to Paul for jumping in for a little bit. I'm not sure if that's Paul or Emilio Paul.
Emilio.
Emilio
Remember,
Paul.
it's Emilio
Emilio.
Paul.
Oh yeah, that's what it's Emilio and the wisdom.
Emilio.
That's
Yep.
Emilio from Wairu. How do you say it in Spanish? I messed it up.
Irule.
Irule.
Yule.
Emilio
Irule.
from Irule.
Yule.
Mhm. Yeah.
So with that, I would like to go ahead and once again introduce the amazing cast here, starting with the one, the only Joycey J. Joycey, what you got going on, and what can we find you?
I am Joycey J. I do not have my own personal channel or anything, but of course you can follow me on Twitter at DJ Joycey. I'm just a crazy old lady who loves games, and You can't catch me here every week on the Topics podcast.
And we love this crazy old lady. We don't know what the entire podcast would be without her. So thank you, Joycey, for being such an amazing part of the podcast.
Yes.
Over to Lily Hyrule.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, I hope everybody have a wonderful weekend and have a lot of fun and take care and everything. I do have a live stream coming up on Monday. I am going to Ikana Canyon finally, which is my favorite part in Majora's Mask, as part of my Zelda marathon. So that's going to be Monday, 7:30 p.m. You can see it already scheduled on my channel. I also have a couple of other videos that are coming up. I recently finished a collaboration with Cap Bergerson and Try 4 Times, both amazing Zelda tubers. We did a improvised Zelda Nintendo World Championship challenge. It was really nice. You can also find it on my channel. Be sure to subscribe. I really appreciate that. And you can also find me here every Friday, finally, because my schedule will allow it now. Every Friday. I won't miss it. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah.
Yay!
And over to the movie star, Zach Attack Hendricks.
Hey. Yeah, guys, it's always so great being here with you. And as always, you can find me on all social medias besides Twitter/X at Zach Hendricks Voiceover or Zach Hendricks Media. Yeah, I'm operating me and Mike are operating on the same wavelength of sleep right now, so English is gonna be a little bit of a struggle for these next few words.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Not English today.
I cannot English. And then you can find me
You have the wisdom.
I don't even speak Spanish, but like I started at some point just because I couldn't speak English. No. But I don't know if that made any sense. And then you can find me on Twitter/X at YoungCalfZach. And yes, I'm here every Friday night. Sometimes I miss because I'm like working on a film or something like that. But I'm planning on being here next week. I don't have anything that I'm filming, and same with the week after. I don't have anything I'm filming. So you can find me here. And I love you.
We love you, Sag.
Everybody's drunk. I love everybody right now. I just love everybody right now. Anyway.
This is why I gotta sleep. That's what happens when you get older, guys.
Before I talk to you about boring stuff about me, I want to go ahead and shout out Paul Gill Network, our co-host. He had to step out because he's with his kids. First day of school, meeting parents and everything around. But we always love Paul here. Appreciate him being part of the podcast. So you can catch Paul Gale at Twitter X Paul Gale Network. Paul and I are trying to leave the Twitter and bring X because it's something we have to do for Indie Mania to make sure that we jump on board and
say that out loud.
Yeah, we have to. So we have to kind of get used to saying, catch Paul on X at Paul Gale Network. That sounds so horrible. On X Paul Gale Network. And so yeah, basically follow him for all the latest updates when it comes to sales, really fun facts. Follow his channel. Take a look at his content. It's amazing. He has some you want to see his first ever World Nintendo Pool Zelda. He has a Mario and he has a Zelda, which he has a video on. So catch him on YouTube as well. And yeah, go ahead and check out Paul Gale Network.
He literally knows everybody.
Yeah, he does.
Anyone that you're thinking of, he knows. So you'll get the most crazy fun facts out of the blue.
I think Paul has been to every E3 except for like 1 or 2, and so he's made so many connections. He made so many people, and it's awesome because Paul is like a also nice, friendly guy that everybody can love and get along with. You know, and I can testify even more because I've been working with him every single day, and I met his mama too. Oh my god, the most adorable lady in the entire planet. That's what I gotta say. Adorable. So shout out to Paul Gale mama. So in my corner of the woods, well, you can catch me here every single day at the Odyssey channel. You guys know what's going on. Monday to Friday Nintendo content. I'm keeping it simple just because I'm working. I don't want to neglect the channel, but I also have a lot of work to do a lot. And Indie Mania. So I will be releasing Monday through Friday content. It will be voiceover content with clips and stuff here, just to keep you guys up to date with all the news and everything. And the YouTube algorithm is a pain in the butt. And so with that, you also could find Paul and I in about 5 weeks, literally in 5 weeks, on IGN.
Yes.
For Indie Mania. Not only IGN, we got IGN Brazil, IGN in Spanish, IGN Worldwide is going to be transmitting our show, plus on YouTube and on Twitch. You know, IGN, they're a 18 million subscriber channel. They have 10 million on their Brazilian channel. I think the Spanish channel is also in the millions. They have like 10 million followers on Instagram, on X, not Instagram. And so we're gonna be there. We're working hard to bring you guys the best show at Indie Mania. I'm happy how the show is coming out. It's a lot of work, but it pays off. And who knows? We don't know where Mike Odyssey will end up at the end of this. All we know is we could start our journeys at one point and then end up in a completely different point in our lives in about a couple years. You guys know I never talk about this, but I am losing my eyesight. You know, it's getting worse and worse. And so eventually I'll be blind. So I have to have a backup to continue working. And so Indie Mania might be that little route there, because I could just program the show and I can have a recruiter as really good as Paul getting trailers and putting it together and moving forward. So yeah, I mean, moving forward, with those two words, those two things that we always say at the end of every podcast, and I live it. Never, ever, ever give up. I'll do videos even like this if I have to, you know, and journey on, because the journey still continues. It will always continue. I hope you guys have the most amazing weekend ever, and we'll see you in the next episode or the next
podcast.
Before we go, we just also would like to give a big thanks to our sponsor, Indie Mania.
Indie Mania.
Yes.
Indie Mania. I mean, let me go ahead and play the actual thingy.
The theme song,
because it's all
nice.
like, no, you know.
You guys want to hear the theme song? I don't think I can play the theme song because it won't play any sounds from my computer. But it'll play the trailer. Let's see here. And hello, everyone. I am Mike Odyssey, the creator and founder of Indie Mania, and I am here with my co-host and co-organizer, Paul Gale.
Hey, everyone. Thank you, Mike. Paul here. And
Thank you,
we
Mike.
have been working behind the scenes for quite some time and are proud today, incredibly excited, really, to share with you some awesome news.
That's right, Paul. We are beyond excited to announce a partnership with IGN, the leading entertainment and gaming media platform. This partnership is a huge milestone for Indie Mania and will bring unparalleled support to indie developers around the world.
Indie Mania will officially take place on September 12th, 13th, and 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. You can catch all of the action streamed live on IGN and other awesome gaming content creators' channels on YouTube.
This partnership with IGN is a game changer. Indie Mania was born out of my deep love and respect for indie developers, and this is our way of celebrating their amazing work and their incredible craft.
And this year, Indie Mania is set to be the biggest indie game event of the summer. We'll have developers from all over the world, exclusive interviews, world premieres, and even some exciting giveaways.
We can't wait to show all the amazing content we have lined up for you. So mark your calendars for September 12th, 13th, and 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern time. Join us for an unforgettable event at Mike Odyssey Presents Indie Mania on IGN's Twitch and YouTube channels.
Thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to seeing you at Indie Mania.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Mania, welcome to the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. Indie Mania, rise up from below. Feel the beat of what you sow.
All right, with that, guys, if you do me one more favor before you leave, go over to the Indie Mania YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have 106 people there. 108% people, go to the Indie Mania channel right now and go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Go, go, go.
We're doing a giveaway. We're gonna announce one of the biggest giveaways you've ever heard in your life. So just, if we have a really good sponsor, so go ahead and I want you guys to be part of it. So go ahead and go over there right now and
Smash that button.
Yeah.
Go.
Hit that subscribe button so you guys can be among the first, hopefully chosen for that giveaway. All right, guys. Before we let you go, Joycey, never give up, Joycey. You want to give up? You can't give up, Joycey.
Because we need you.
And Lily,
Journey on.
journey on. All right, guys. Bye. Keep waving until I find that button because sometimes it gets lost.
Find it. Quick. Go. Have a wonderful
night,
weekend,
guys.
guys. Thank you very much.
Red.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Yeah.